All right, Star in session. Star in session, 100%. Star in City,
Star?
session number 2, if we're including the 0. So 0, 1, 2. But anyway, yeah, we're still gonna set up a little bit here, I believe. But how are we doing, everybody?
I'm
Pretty
pretty good
good.
considering you remembered how to count.
I honestly, yeah, counting's hard. Counting's very, very
You
hard.
always start at 0, man.
Yup. I'm gonna use story nervous because absolutely.
That is entirely
I am
possible.
always story nervous. That's just
I'm
me
always
writing it down
most
somewhere so I'd
nervous.
have it and can remember what
I'm
it is
always
later.
nervous.
Because I will fucking forget otherwise.
Oh, I'm just gonna give you the floor when it comes to describing your character, who you're good, but thank you for that.
Woo! Oh no, I just put that there so I could remember what it was.
Oh, fair. Because Discord
just-
messages are forever.
Yeah, effectively. Good
I
enough forever.
I just speed ran the most basic Doodle of Lua ever as a warm up, so have him, I guess.
Awesome.
Yo.
Look at that gorgeous fella.
Oh my
He is
god,
the
it
man.
is.
You would never
literally
guess that
him.
he blows people up for funsies.
Yeah.
You would never guess that he owns a pocket watch.
That too.
He has like 7 of them actually. They're just hidden in his like big jacket thing.
Awesome. I mean, I would do the same. Yeah, do you want to buy a sundial? Just a bunch of them inside of his trench coat.
What are you boying, stranger?
For real. I love it. Oh, I love it so much.
Oh,
Alright,
actually,
I'm gonna
hold
set
on.
this
you
up.
Think you think if Lua uses a sundial, that makes the black tech bomb deal fire damage?
Probably. Alrighty, so here's the thing. Luna's gonna still be following around with you guys, and I'm just going to autopilot them, I think. That's how we're gonna wind up running it. She's still gonna be in the group at the time. So that's why I have all that shit still set up right there. During that last session, again, I do not remember what we had set up, though, but, I guess we'll just role play off of that. And we'll start from there
Fair.
when you guys show up, just for good measure.
Yeah.
I think that's what
Oh,
we'll go
what
with.
is Viviann gonna be late? I guess.
Is what?
Is Viviann gonna be late? I guess.
Late, potentially not at all in the session. Last minute movie session with family. So, again, we got like slammed at
I
last
see.
minute where one of our uncles was here for the weekend. We only figured this out like right before the birthday party yesterday. And they're watching
Gotcha,
the movie,
I see.
so. But it's all good.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be
Alright,
super
that's
detrimental at all.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Any other further,
I mean,
anything else you
last-
guys need to know? Or whatever else, clarification,
No.
questions, whatever, before we pop into it?
I'm
I
good.
mean, last I remember, we were kind of just waiting for fuck, what's the guy's name again?
What?
Red?
Red, the guy that's the leader of the Crimson Scars?
I mean, I guess him by extent. I mean, he's part of it, but not the guy I was asking for. Like
Alden.
the group of the leader.
Yeah.
Alden. Yes,
Alden.
got you.
Yeah. Alden, the yellow
we-
trench
we were
coat
waiting.
man.
Yeah, we were waiting for him to get his weapon fixed, and we did a side quest in the meantime.
Yep. And you wound up saving somebody's life. They came back. Turns out they were actually a worker that was part of the Crimson Scars when you came back. So Red
Yeah.
is, obviously quite thankful for you being able to do that, which is honestly above and beyond what you were originally going to do, because you're supposed to deliver the man a package. And turns out he was getting a shakedown from some assholes that were, in the outskirts while you were doing that, though. So there you go. Congratulations on your good hero deed for the day. But that being said,
Now pay up.
yeah, now pay up, exactly. That being said, though, Red is going to assure you, I am fresh out of voice impressions today, so I'm just zoning out anyway, but he's going to thank you guys for taking care of the task and saving one of his workers, and reassures you that he doesn't ever forget a favor. Since he was already promising to pay you guys for the actual work that he was sending you to do. So on top of the payment, he's going to ask around to which of you are running an actual, firearm, because he knows specifically firearms to be able to do things with.
Holding out
Hold on, let me.
one of those tip machines to him. the like 20%, 15% things.
Yeah, basically, he just hands out a coupon. Yes, 15% at the shop, kid. But it's like a Michael Kors 15% off, you know what I mean? So you're still paying like fucking $300 for a pair of boots.
Oh my god.
I mean, I was about to be like, say no less. Revolver also.
Just start spinning a
Just
revolver
start
in the
flipping
background.
it, Basically.
Okay.
Funny
What
you
is the
mention
gun that Gatucci uses, by the way? How would you describe his firearm?
It's probably just a regular Smith & Wesson. Man,
A revolver, literally, then?
you know what? Yeah, just like a straight revolver. I don't know whether I want to make it old or...
I would say
fuck it,
go
let's make
for
it
it.
a
It's
19
old
money.
Make it something that he
Yeah,
never
let's make it
even
a
bought, by the way. That's the best thing. Make sure there's
Yeah.
something he never even bought. You can do with that what you will.
Let's make it a 58 Colt Army revolver. Why not? You see, I've found this one dated back World War II. The
What's a
prehistoric
World War
era,
II? You
know?
mean the Smoke War?
No. There was a war before that.
You know damn well which war. I'm in.
You already know about all the details.
I'm in.
But
There's a
officers
missing
need to be carried
section
around one
of
of
the
these.
city, after all, so it's entirely possible that a war happened there. Especially considering that it
World War
enables
II.
7.
I mean, that's neither here nor there.
Mhm.
Point is, I found this dated piece.
So he's gonna take a look at your revolver then. Alright? And request if he could actually see it hands-on.
Well, I don't usually toss this out to anyone, but
It's just an
I
inspection,
think, like,
son. I'll give it back to you.
No, just like he doesn't even have to say that. I'll hit him with the Chad smolder or something, and then
Beautiful.
I'll be like, but for you, I'll make an exception. And then
Alright,
I'll just like
just
hand
playing
it to
with him.
Like,
Alright. He
Yeah.
smirks. He smirks. He knows what you're putting down, right? He can speak the language. Playing around with the
Yeah.
revolver for a moment, right? He's just gonna take a look. And within just moments, he can already infer the general design of it. Okay, he pops the cylinder out, gives it a twirl and whatnot. He's just inspecting the long length of the barrel, etc. This is a really nice piece that you have here. Wherever would you
I'm
have
lucky to have-
found something like this? Interestingly, he
Well,
says specifically found, though, by the way.
I mean, I did say I found it.
Yeah.
I already did it.
Mm.
Yeah, sorry.
Mm.
I already did it. Yes.
This is where we get the lore drop on the 38 special.
Yeah, sorry. My
No, you're good.
parents were just asking me to do something, and I was telling them I already did it.
Honestly,
yeah.
you're good, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, as soon as he asks where I found it, I'd be like, well, you don't find this just rummaging through any old trash can. Let's just say I'm keen to do some digging around one of these districts, you know. Archaeological work, I guess you could say, for some kind of monetary value.
It's a hell of an archaeological find, boy. It's a good piece, though,
That I
nonetheless.
know.
I wouldn't say leave it with me. However, if you give me a little bit of time, I can send you a little something. We'll call it a care package, if you will. Should be able to amp up the firing rate a little bit, better hammer internals and whatnot. It'll pretty her up real nice.
Well, I guess I won't say no to an upgrade. What kind of time frame do you think of?
Good choice, good choice. It'll give it a whole new outfit and frame. I can walk you through the process with a little... We'll call it a bit of a handbook, but I digress. And don't worry, it's on the house.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit it with like a little bit. So how long do you think this might take?
It'll take a little bit. I'll need to make sure that I'm looking through some old blueprints and whatnot, but, I'd say give me 2 or 3 days. And I'll have it by you. I'll make sure Alden here, my boy Alden, gets it down to you.
Alright, sounds good.
All right.
Pleasure doing business with you. And then I'm just gonna tip the fedora.
Of course. You can't have a fedora and not tilt it in conversation, you know?
I mean, hey, you can't end a business deal without tipping the fedora.
This is true.
It's just
It's actually criminal. Like, literally criminal. Alright,
Yeah.
so he smirks
Anyway.
and starts going back to what he's doing and heads off over to the shop. At about this point, Alden walks up to the group and starts to level with everybody. Make sure that, you know, the trip is good, that you're in good spirits, that you're all fine, I suppose, you know, from everything. Just to make sure that you didn't fucking, I don't know, take a stray or some shit like that. But he can tell that you guys handled everything well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then decides to move over to the actual business part of the conversation.
Business, you say?
I believe that we have a lead. And at the moment, I'm still waiting on a call back. And as he says this, literally as he's talking about it, right? He's gonna have an old radio that's going off from inside of his pocket. And as he goes to answer it, so just like a fun little thingy that I wanted to do right here as well. If you pay attention to the radio as he's picking it up to be able to talk to it, you'll realize that it is set to a very familiar frequency of 1.76 megahertz. So,
I mean,
what that actually means in this world, you'll never know, if even anything, but...
Oh man, I love listening to FM radio, man.
Right. But the interesting thing about it, though, right, the anomalous part is during this conversation, you'll hear him kind of say some shit back and forth. You can perfectly understand what Alden is saying into the microphone, and it just sounds like a typical, like, just a dispatch check on getting information, right? A lot of one-word answers and uh-huhs. Nothing that you can really infer from it. But the actual dispatcher is not going to make any sounds whenever that anything comes out. It just sounds like radio static. But he seems to be perfectly understanding everything that's coming out of it.
Louis gonna ask, like, once he's done with it, Louis gonna ask him, what kind of radio is that?
Mm-hmm. It's all good.
A
So
very
he'll wrap it up. Yeah, a very shit radio. Is that actually something that you would have added on to the end of that one as Gatucci, or is that just more of a funny line?
It's a funny line, but I'll say he mutters it. Like, Alden doesn't hear it, but Lua definitely does.
It's something a bit experimental, I suppose. It certainly does the job well enough. Sounds like shit, even though I can understand them perfectly, and I'm sure you could have picked that one up. Basically, it's supposed to bond to whoever the user is, and only they can hear what's going on the other side. You know, confidential information and all of that stuff. But we have a lead, as I was mentioning. That being said, one of you is not going to like the location of it.
I'm just gonna start nudging Lua.
Lua just no fucking way.
Oh no.
I mean, yeah, to be honest, Al just remembers that one time Alden was like, alright, we're gonna go to the Sciencey district, and then Lua was like, oh.
Can we can't. Alright, where?
Power. I'm just reading really quickly. I think this is behind a session now, so hold up. Making sure I'm not missing anything. Nah, I think we're good. Alright, fantastic. Yep. We are going to be moving over to the Haven Hate in District 3. And don't you worry, we definitely have authorization to be able to go through it, so you'll be under my protection, and we're going to be meeting somebody. Two people, actually, when we get over to the other side. One of which is going to be, well, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's going to be an arbiter, so you guys might want to be on your best behavior for this.
Noted.
Noted!
What? I've heard of those government kind of people messing around over in District 3.
Right. As a note, too, just to add on to this, because I don't know if I had ever brought this up previously before. You especially are well aware of this, Corb, especially. But in District 3, since it is all the research, including anything that happens with zeal, ego, distortion, emotions, etc., all that other stuff that we attribute to typical Project Moonverse shit, right? Everything goes on there research-wise.
Yeah.
The head wants to know what's going on there. I think that
Right.
that should go standard hand in hand, right? Arbiters literally walk around that district, and it's not unknown knowledge either, right? Like, everybody is well
Yeah.
aware if they constantly do routine checks if they're familiar with the area at all. So, it's extremely fucking common. I guess it wouldn't be uncommon, though. It's not, like, super common, but if you happen to just see, like, somebody being escorted by an Arbiter and even a Claw in some circumstances, it's scary, but it's not weird. Like, it's not crazy. It's obviously going to draw some eyes, though, because of the fact of, well... Yeah, they can squash you with minimal effort, actually. So...
Yeah.
And they do have the same exact jobs as well, too. So if anybody has any, like, if they want to roleplay their character around it as well, too, they all do the same shit. So you have your arbiters that are the judges. You have your B Association or B Corporation or whatever the fuck it is that has the fucking, the Watchers or whatever the hell that we called them that I can't remember the name of again. But those that get the information for the head, and then C, your claws that are the executioners. It's all the same shit.
Arbiters wouldn't care about broken contracts, right?
Not really caring about contracts. What they would care specifically pertains to zeal.
Okay.
And the information spreading pertaining to zeal. Which is how I was gonna have a fun time role-playing this, to be honest with you. You guys don't necessarily know that from within character, though. Just as a note, you just know they're scary as fuck and they can wipe you from existence if they will it. That's generally the thing. So a lot of people are unsettled being around an Arbiter for obvious reasons. That, and she's gonna be kind of cray.
Yeah.
Similarly to the same way. They're still kind of sadistic, like all of the other Arbiters we've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
Louis just
And
worried
then,
about
Alice.
You know what he's worried about.
Yeah, I know what he's worried about. I know.
And then just there, Al's like, I've never got to meet one of them before.
They're... You know what? I'm just gonna let you figure it out when we get there. But interesting is the word that comes to mind.
I see.
Sorry for the clicking and stuff. I've been just writing backstory stuff down.
Oh, you're good.
You're
You're
good.
good. It's not even a
Oh,
bother.
that's fine. I can barely hear it.
Mm-hmm. I suppose we should make our way back to the warp train then, eh?
Yep.
I guess. if you're
Yup!
done-
That... Oh, man. Lewis like, oh.
Listen, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh damn! I forgot to ask the guy. How's he gonna get that gun back to me?
He didn't take your gun, he gave it back.
Oh, okay.
He's
never
gonna
mind.
give you
Fair.
parts
I-
and like an instruction
Right,
manual
yeah,
on how to
he's-
install it.
Yeah. Yeah. Got
In
you.
fact,
He-
let's
he's
make it
gonna
because I
take the-
didn't
that's just-
mention it, but he scanned it before he gave it back to you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We'll say that it's
Yeah,
like
it's
some
like, hey,
weird, odd, like some odd technology. We'll say that it's like a singing machine, in fact. He just
God.
opened something and then closed the gun inside of it and gave it a scan, and then a paper
He-
came out of the side of it.
It's just a printer.
Yes. But it made an awful
Okay,
noise
okay,
when he
okay.
hit the scan button. Like a really awful, like old fax machine kind of shit.
Oh no.
But anyway.
The funny noises means it's working.
He shakes the blueprint off afterwards too, like it's a Polaroid camera shot.
Okay, got you.
Because
Okay,
I want
gotcha.
to
I now
theme
know
the
I-
world here where it has like weirdly outdated technology, but also not. Does that make sense? Like a lot of the
Yeah.
shit
It's
that
like-
you have.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Corb.
it's
It's like fancy versions of old technology.
Kinda, yeah. So it's like
Yeah.
the radio thing that you were just talking about right there. Like it makes almost no sense on how that would actually structurally work from what we understand on how a radio works. Because there are not towers, by the way. Like, on how that
I
would work
see.
in universe for that. In my mind, is there are no radio towers. There's no signal generation going on here. You just have two devices where somehow, some way, probably by singularity from what we know from like PM verse, though I haven't really established the specifics for it necessarily though, but who knows, right? That just transmits information between those two devices or to like a network of sorts.
Yeah, makes sense.
And that's kind of how I want to have it to do. Like, all of the weird, like, individual things that you can't necessarily explain might be singularity related, or just the weirdness that would be associated to PM verse ship.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Which is why I draw attention to, like, some of the more technological bits, too,
Yeah.
because I think that it's an interesting thought process for you guys, I feel, when you see, hold on, wait, how the fuck would that work? Oh.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Al's like, yes, modern technology.
Yep. Like, even modern guns, like, you would have them in here, but in my mind, I'm imagining they don't work the same way that you would imagine a typical gun, where you have primer, hammer, hits the primer, bullet goes off, you know what I mean? Like, it would have to be some weird bastardization of that.
The hammer
Yeah.
goes to a
Yeah.
different dimension.
You're like, yeah, it actually is just W Corp technology. It's just sending in bullets from another dimension. It's actually a wormhole inside of that gun. No,
You
for
see,
real,
it
though.
fires money from alternate timelines.
Money! Exactly. It's just shooting
Money.
one
Money.
penny shot.
Oh my god.
Literally. You know what? That's what it needs to be. It's canon now. You shoot actual penny shot. That's what you do. Al's
Nice.
gun shoots penny shot. Which, if you guys are unaware of that, it's
Man.
just literally a shotgun shell with pennies loaded into it.
Oh, I love that.
Man, who knew the officers of World War II had such interesting technology?
Yep. It'll fuck you up, by the way. Penny shot will fuck you up. But anyway. Turns out, at that velocity, having a coin hit you in the face is not good.
Yeah, I
Shock
can
horror.
imagine.
Yup. So, just to keep the meme going and alive, right? You board the W Corp train and nothing bad happens. Nothing at all.
Of course.
Only
Nothing bad happens.
literally nothing bad happens, because it's not the same
Oh.
technology in this world, but it's similar.
Are the readings still funky for Lua? Does he still have a fun
Yes. Yes. He's
Yay.
on cloud fucking 9, and I'm glad that you reminded me of that. I forgot about that.
time? He's having
so.
a great time.
Yep. He's like, oh my god, this is so cool!
Yeah, no, he's looking at one of his pocket watches, like, gleefully.
Mm. He's just always. It makes you forget for but a moment what you're walking into. For but a moment, you get a bit of euphoria before the doors of the train open up and you're greeted by that familiar green sky in District
Oh,
3.
boy.
So here's where we go to the description that I have for District 3. Because I literally just have like a write-down mock-up of everything that I can explain for all of these, right?
Hell yeah.
So with District 3, right, with industry comes progress and greater progress, and what greater progress, rather, is there than the application of science, right? District 3 is all about technology and growth. Labs, secret research facilities, observation areas, like, you know, the fucking domes that you have for, like, astronomy, with telescopes and shit like that, even. Just all of this just coats everywhere. There's a bunch of people that you'll see modern day, especially if it's within a haven area, donning lab coats, silly spectacles, any kind of mad scientist stereotype that you can think in your mind. It exists here, as well as modern day normal scientific types. Regular old people as well, too, kind of mixed in every now and again, but, you know, mostly science types. A lot of jumpsuits and a lot of lab coats with the modern day citizens here, right? Just all over the place.
Interesting.
And you can imagine as well, over like all the hangars and other infrastructure that you would see going around here, there's a lot of just really odd things that happen here in general that makes people kind of afraid of District 3, even if they don't know too much of what's going on in here, and that's why, because the fear of not necessarily knowing how shit works, and they just know that it's high tech and kind of fucked, and that also arbiters walk around here and such, right? So a lot of people don't really like District 3, even if it's not Lua. It's kind of infamous. Shady shit happens here. Weird people that just know more than you do about the universe exist here. So if they have a negative disposition, or if they have a willingness to want to do evil or bad, they're probably a lot more likely to do it than the average person. Because again, they're also armed with knowledge.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Man,
that's kind
it's
of
a
how
good
this
thing
place
I'm
is.
selling all my scrap to these guys.
Right? Exactly, right? And also weaponry research happens here as well, too. So, like, anything pertaining to war and all of that other stuff, warfaring shit, that happens here. So, the Crimson Scars probably have an area that would be their own little research tech thing that's going on to research further weaponry. That's probably curated by the
Yeah.
head. So, you can think of it that
Yeah,
way.
that's fair.
Man,
I love military science.
Right? And it's just separated up into a number of different sections and whatnot. You guys don't necessarily know the way that that works out, but Corb has a card on that shit, which is fantastic. And
Yep.
you guys are going to arrive in the haven that I call Hate. Alright? It is fantastic. Outside of character, I don't know how many people would know this necessarily, but if you roleplay it, go for it. But the Haven Hate is known for its Archon, which are known as the Queens. So you have the Queens of Hatred. I think you see the theming we're doing here. So, I love that who's like, yes.
Yeah.
You picked a great time to join us, my boy.
You picked literally the perfect time.
Yep. So the Queens run shit, and this is where all of that information goes. And you're getting kind of a rundown from Alden as well as you're showing up here. And in the Hate Haven, where is it written down, you motherfucker? I have a list of these. I have notes of havens. Where are they? I'm fumbling around in the dark.
While you're looking for the...
Yep.
Yeah, I guess while you're looking for the list, Al's just gonna step out of the car and be like, you know, their smells pretty nice. I should keep coming back here every now and again.
Just test tubes and files and shit right immediately to your right. Yep. Normal science shit. Yep. Okay, that's right. Yes.
I mean,
Hate is the district where biology happens. All right. So anything that you would see in here, you might actually literally, it wouldn't be uncommon for you to see a test tube with an animal in it just on the street. Like a giant one, like a vat, right? Like, think about that kind of shit. Like, it's very weird, District 3 in general. Like, there's just normalized, creepy shit that would be all over the place that you'd be like, what the fuck is going on here? Okay? Possibly even, like, teleporter pads of some kind, or just something that, like, would warp somebody inside of a building, right?
Yep.
So you would just see this kind of stuff that, if you're not a regular here, would just kind of blow your mind a little bit. But yes, biology is what happens here, and that's what Alden would make sure that you guys are aware of, is that the Queens run shit, and they make sure that everything is handled properly under the direction of the head, or, you know, they'll just be fucking smited by a claw if they don't, and biology. So yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Lewis got his hood up for once, and he is trying very hard to stay, like, obscured by the other people in this group. Like, he's hiding behind Al.
He's just, yeah, you notice that Lewis is a little less confident than usual.
Yeah. He's nervous.
Look bad if you really hate this place that bad.
I don't mind it. It's fine. I mean, we'll hope it never comes up.
I mean,
surely it can't be that bad, right?
Surely nothing will happen. Let's just get this done fast.
Yeah, I mean, at least Alden's following us. Never really made it past the front gate, or whatever constitutes as the front gate here.
Speaking of that, we're going to be moving up on a gate.
Oh, the front gate. I remember
Stargate.
At this gate, it's going to be two individuals, a male and a female. I would say the male is taller, for sure. Who you can take the wheel. Describe your character.
Oh, the male. It's him.
It is I, the male.
Yes,
the mailman?
Yes, he's the mailman.
I have a word with you. There was a a bit of an incident between you and my mother years ago.
What?
Still pretty
much longer than your voice.
guy. Like, pretty average. He's got a slightly fancy suit, some messy black hair, and a pretty neat and a slightly ornate arming sword to his side. And just a revolver.
I would say, generally from you guys' impressions as well from this, if you have any, especially you, Morshu, that's why I'm saying it this way.
Yeah.
This guy just screams out fixer. This is extremely common for any kind of fixer work that you have. Only the sword stands out.
Yeah. Interesting.
Not exactly super uncommon, but it is something that stands out in your eyes. And then we have the other individual that you would be walking up, because you haven't quite made it to them yet at this point. And the other one is unmistakable. Absolutely unmistakable. A woman about 5'4", in a fucking pretty lengthy cloak that leads all the way down to the floor. Black, but with yellow hexes throughout the fucking thing of it. I didn't say it was Garion, however. You'll get a name. You'll get a name. It's gonna get a giggle out of you, I'm sure.
Oh,
But yeah, you know, you got your hexes and all of that shit. The look on her face is well, honestly, it's kind of a combination between just cold and just almost non-existent, like, caring, really. All emotion would not exist, right? Just something about the look on this person's face just unsettles you to the core, alright? And the only word that comes to your mind is just cold. But as you wind up showing up, you'll notice that that cold expression will turn into a slight smirk. And obviously, just kind of think the same exact look as Bina, really, here. I don't know how to explain it anything further than that. Black hair with a yellow tinge, right? Because they just have, like, the yellow, that bright yellow accent to everything in their attire. It wouldn't look any fucking different than how you imagine an actual Arbiter that we have seen to this date to look like.
Okay, noted.
Yep. So, just to keep an easy picture in you guys' mind. So as you show up to the two, Alden is going to make the introductions. First and foremost, I've brought it up to Hana to send a slight addition of reinforcement here for your next task. This, I don't even have a name. I just realized I don't even have a name for your character, who?
Oh shit. I thought I put it in there. Nah, he's Kyle.
Kyle, yes, Kyle.
Kyle.
Yes. This is Kyle.
Yeah.
We got some hired help over from Hana, and he will be assisting you on this next mission. Kyle, this is everybody, and he's gonna go kind of let the introductions roll out for anybody who wants to.
Well, he definitely don't seem like no run-of-the-mill fixer, that's for sure.
The opposite. I'm very run-of-the-mill.
On the contrary.
I am the most run-of-the-mill.
Like, we're talking about, like, the white bread, the fucking standard
The
white
white-
bread, Wonder Bread of bread
Wonder Bread,
archetypes.
yo.
He is the perfect slice of Wonder Bread.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Alright. Send him to the Wonder Bread aisle.
Correct. Lua got anything to say to this?
Lua just kind of smiles at him. He looks kind of nervous, but like,
just
you know, he
subdued.
just smiles at him. Yeah, dude.
Yep. As you look, he has his groceries. Looks like there's a lot of bread there.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of bread?
Yup.
Looks like pure white.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I guess if Lou's not gonna say anything, he's just gonna outstretch his hand. He's gonna be like, "Yo, I'm name's Gatucci, but you could just call me Al." And this over here is Lua. Yeah, she's terrified apparently.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Kyle politely shakes their hand.
Just no words, but just goes with it. Just goes with the flow, you know?
Yep.
Understandable. In the background, you would also... Go ahead, actually, you first.
Lou is keeping his hands in his pockets, actually, but he does give, like, a nod in Kyle's direction as sort of like a hey there. type of thing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he reciprocates.
Fair enough, fair enough. And while this is going on, you'll notice that there are 2 more figures that are in the background as well, one of which, I believe, Echo described Camilla as a sort of, isn't she supposed to kind of be dressed almost like a maid? Isn't that the whole entire concept that he was going with?
That was
Yeah,
that was
she's-
the whole motif, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said it was like,
Is she-
sort of like the fucking Heathcliff Canto.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. So, yeah, think about that then, who. Yep. So, just kind of like a pretty well-to-do dressed maid. Honestly, doesn't even look like that they have any business in this group doing the shit that they're doing. But they're here. So, obviously, they're qualified, right? Little bit of a fucking odd fix. But also, he probably doesn't give a shit, though, either, because it wouldn't be the weirdest thing that he would have bumped into, given the character's background that I'm aware of. So... it wouldn't be uncommon for you to see somebody like her possess superior combat abilities. So,
Indeed, he is very well acquainted.
In fact, you might even have some kind of a crossover with that character later on down the line. I'll get into it later, but
Oh boy.
it's a potential.
The updated backstory text has a little bit. It does have a butler in it, like an actual just butler.
Yup. She's going to look very proper, you know, she's got her arms crossed in front of her and whatnot. I wouldn't say that she's nervous, but she's guarded. Right? That's what the body language would give off, but also very proper.
Yep.
Oh, right. I forgot to introduce fucking
Fucking what? Al?
Luna.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
not
exactly,
Al,
yeah, Luna. That's what I was
Viviann,
gonna say, too.
yeah.
And then we have Luna, which is the other one. You don't know her by name, though, but,
Yeah.
Camilla would, you know, give you a serviceable bow and just be like, I am Camilla Margot. Pleasure making your acquaintance, something of that sort. Something that's very short, sweet, and to the point would be how the character would function, to my ability, to my knowledge, right? And then you have Luna, which is, I believe, literally the shortest character in the cast, okay? This girl looks like she's a very small stature, but she's also surprisingly muscular if you were to actually get a good look, right? Like, she's actually kind of jacked for her stature. She's got mad tattoos on her knuckles, if you're able to catch it. And her fingers would be very broken up and fucked up. Like, she has been in, you can tell from your experience with your home district as well, she's been in some fights. She has hurt a motherfucker. Potentially gotten surgeries to fix those knuckles of hers as well, too. There's a lot of scar tissue, right? She has a very baggy hoodie that almost doesn't fit the character in any way, shape, or form, though, but it is what it is. It goes over her hands. So, that would be Luna.
Gives her a polite nod.
She would just say sup. Very, very
gives a polite
nonchalant.
nod, says yo.
Yo. Alright. And then this, for the rest of you, as you can probably very well infer, well, that's an arbiter. Yeah. So
That
she's
sure
gonna
is an
fucking-
arbiter.
Yep, that sure is an arbiter, yep. So she'll take the floor right
Almost.
from there with a smirk. And, yeah. That being said, what he said, I will be your judge today. Make sure that you're on your best behavior. I will be watching, after all.
Hey,
With a
can I
laugh on
immediately
top of
steal
it.
something? No, I'm just joking.
I would like the black tech. I'm kidding.
Yes, unlike Black Tech Bomb, exactly. Also, you may call me Nina if you need names. But it shouldn't matter either way. Yes, I'm keeping to the same naming conventions where it ends in Ina.
Nina.
Yeah, because we
I'm
know
Gary.
of Xena and then Bina, right? Like that. I'm not crazy. Like it was Xena at the
Technically,
end.
she was
of,
Gary.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Xena. Bina's name was Garion when she was an arbiter.
Which is true, yeah. Which is very true. But I thought that was like a thing that they had for a theme. Either way, still, it's if anything, it just sounds right to me.
It's
So
fun.
she is Nina.
I like Nina.
Mm.
That's a good name.
Indeed, indeed. You're gonna become well acquainted with Nina. She's
no.
great.
I
She's
don't
great.
Don't worry. Unlike last campaign, Al isn't that much of a criminal.
She doesn't care if you're a criminal or not anyway. Again, out of character for the most part with this, though. You guys are obviously on edge because fucking Head is just scary like that. But, because they're like every secret police that you have ever heard of in history combined into one super secret police. That is basically the Head, as we're well aware of. And they can just tear down shit at will, and the best part about it is you will have no fucking knowledge that they did that.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. But anywho, yes.
I
So Nina's going to be overseeing the operation that you have. And while this happens as well, too, it's almost easy to miss if you're not paying attention. But Alden's going to hand an envelope over to Camilla. She'll read it, see a slight bit of surprise on her face, and then she'll excuse herself, you know, with a bow and whatnot, and then she's going to be not taking part in such, as she has another task to take care of. Alden will assure you that she has another task, or that he has another task for her to deal with in the meantime, and she'll regroup with the party. Okay?
Yep.
Now!
No, I'm always curious what's in those envelopes.
What's up?
No, it's just funny addition of, you know, I'm always curious what's in those envelopes.
Yeah.
Probably nothing good.
Probably nothing good, yeah. Yeah. You guys are
but
you guys have seen Camilla fight as it is anyway on top of it. So if it's a special task that Camilla is having to deal with, let's be real, it's probably an assassination target.
Yeah.
Probably. Oh god.
But yeah. The surprise on the face, though, might worry some of you to some level, but either way, she just would compose herself and set off, though. But
Lou
yeah,
is a little too wrapped up in his current predicament to really worry about that.
Lou is just like, I am in a spot.
Yeah.
Bother.
Al is just like Chad face smoldering.
Honestly, that's very accurate. Kyle is just sitting there with like a pair of fucking sunglasses on, crossed arms, and just straight face, probably.
The way you guys describe Kyle as just a dude, I imagine him standing there like the standing man emoji. Like, you know that posture?
Yeah.
I can see that. 100%. It's canon now.
To be honest,
Yeah.
To be honest,
I was more thinking royalty-free image standing.
Looks like a stock photo.
Oh my god. That or he's standing like a JoJo character. He could do either or.
That he's doing both somehow.
Yeah.
to be honest,
But how heavy is the line art on his face?
True.
Not heavy enough, so we're good.
Okay.
not heavy enough. He's a background character.
Yup. Fair. Oh god. What were you saying?
To be honest, when you started explaining Kyle, I was like, man, if it isn't looking in a small reflection, you know, it's just missing the fedora.
Just missing the fedora. He doesn't look quite as stylish, as handsome as I do, but you know.
I considered giving him a hat, but decided against it.
Understandable. Give him a scarf instead.
I considered that too.
That'd be really fun.
Beautiful.
Anyway.
But yeah. So, and Nina's just going to give you a quick rundown of what it is that you're going to have to do for a task. So, your task is very simple. I'm going to be overseeing your, well, I'll be blunt. Potential elimination of a laboratory that's going to be in the outskirts of District 3. And as we make our way there, I assume that we're not going to be bumping into too much trouble. That being said, I am still an arbiter after all. I do not care what it is that you wind up having to deal with in terms of all of the other denizens that are here. You will just proceed as you normally do, and I will watch. It's that simple. I'm here for a very specific reason, and it doesn't really concern you, if I'm being honest. So,
Alright.
you will go to the location, you're going to investigate and see what is there, and I will mediate. How does this sound?
Alright. Where's the location?
You know what? Actually, rather than her having a piece of fucking documentation on it, I'm just gonna have her just say, follow me, and I will lead you there. So she's just gonna have you guys fucking follow her for a while, and it's gonna be quite a bit of walking as you're doing so. Just literally through the back streets of of District 3, by the way. Which,
Yeah.
Lua would know this as well, too, but honestly, District 3 is one of the more dangerous districts that you guys would imagine, again, because of the same reasons, right? People that would be of malintent here, yeah, they also have fucking science and anime on their side, right? So, there's that.
Oh no.
And Paraxin do appear in District 3, but also they're being pumped full of microplastics and chemicals. So
Microplastics.
yes, yeah, it's very common to see Paraxin experiments, quote unquote, if you will, here. So
Bro, I can't believe they fed them Polly Pocket clothes.
yeah, Polly Pocket clones. That's so fucked up. I love it.
I'll be back in a few minutes. I gotta move something. So.
You go do that.
Alright.
That is fine. And then we'll pick up from there. But yes. So welcome to District 3, everybody.
I might
This
as well
place is
grab
awful.
Might as well grab some water in the meantime while Morshu's gone then.
Yep.
So, I'm already out. I'm thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
I have 1.5 water bottles, but I should probably refill my actual water.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, generally speaking here, like, nobody really lives in District 3. You just visit here if you happen to have a fucking job that you deal with here.
Yeah, sounds about right.
You show up, you go to your 9 to 5 building, you do your shit, and you go home, and you hope to God that your higher-ups aren't fucking up.
Or if
Because
you're
the
doing
head
particularly
will
violating
completely
stuff.
wipe it out. The head will just completely wipe it out. No survivors. They don't give a fuck if you were directly correlated or responding with it. They'll just wipe you out.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Well, because it's a fucking information hazard, too. It's not, as
Yeah,
fucked up
that-
as it sounds, it is still an information hazard, right? If
Yeah.
you know something you're not supposed to and they're controlling information, yeah, they're gonna wipe you the fuck out.
I might as well just send that now, actually.
I just realized actually it is also food night for my snake, so I'm gonna be a couple
Ooh.
extra minutes while I get that ready.
Yeah,
Yo.
all good. You do you. I'm gonna eat my
Thank
chips.
you.
Where
All
the
right,
heck
swag.
did I put that? Oh, right. Because it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I can do it like that. I cannot. That's sad.
Mm-hmm. Also, because you actually would kind of know this more or less as well, I imagine your knowledge base would kind of be... I'm gonna make it, regardless anyway, that your character does have more than average knowledge when it regards the head, by the way, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're as chill as you are next to that Arbiter because you know that she doesn't have a claw with her.
Yeah.
That's why Kyle is unfazed. An Arbiter by themselves, no problem. They're just investigating shit. Now, if they send in the claw afterwards,
Bad news.
that's just how
We're
the
dead.
protocol goes. They just send the Arbiter.
That's mildly annoying. I wanted to send the updated backstory .text over,
Doc text.
but since I'm technically in the thing, it won't let me go to my home screen,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't grab it as an actual physical document.
Fair.
But I do have it.
Boy, do you have it.
Yep. And I don't want to send it as like a text thing, because that would be a giant wall of text. Oh, I could probably theoretically do that. That's a way I could do that, actually.
We should change the track while we're at it, actually, real quick. What's a good track that I should play during... I know what I'm going to play, actually.
Yeah.
The fucking classic one. Not that
Yeah, I'm
one.
back.
That's the alley. Which one is it? I played Chabo, I believe, so it's probably this one.
There we go. That should be it.
Nope. I mean, I could use this one, too. If I'm being honest with you.
There we go. I figured it out. If I just click the upload file button, I can grab it from there.
That's what we were just
Alright,
Welcome back. We be
so
waiting on
what did I
Corb.
miss?
Nothing. I'm waiting
Oh,
for
okay.
everybody.
Gotcha.
This is the one. Thank you.
Makes
This,
sense.
this is fucking perfect for right now.
Back for a few minutes, and I'm gonna have to BRB for another minute just to like give him his food, but he bites very quickly, so it's fine.
Nah, you're good. You're good. I understand.
He's a
Take
very
care
hungry
take
boy.
care of your pets, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, take care of your pets. My son boy needs food.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He
Especially when
hungers.
it comes to snake, they require a little bit more attention to things than your average pet. That's why I'm not really a reptiles person. It has nothing to do with anything other than I know that you have to be careful about certain things.
Yeah, no, he's almost bitten my hand before while I'm feeding him because he mistakes my hand for the food because snakes are dumb. Quick snake lesson for you guys and everyone watching. Snakes, when they smell food, they will just see the first thing that is like vaguely food-esque and think that's the food. And my hand has the same heat signature as a living organism because I, fun fact, am alive. And he's dumb. So he sees my hand, smells mice somewhere, and he's like, well, that's a mouse. And I'm like, no, I'm not. So he's almost bitten me before because he's dumb.
Checks out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's a funny thing. I love trying to talk to that about people. I just brought this up the other day, but it's like size directly correlates to intelligence. The smaller the brain, the lower the intelligence, quite literally.
Yeah, in general.
Kind of.
It's not an end-all be-all, but it generally...
I mean, it's
can be
probably
applied.
more like the size of the relative to the size of the organism.
Yeah.
Yeah, brain size relative to size of the organism is most of what matters. And Cammy's brain does not fucking exist. He's stupid. Literally, even for a snake. Dumbest creature I've ever seen. I love him with my whole heart, don't get me wrong. Never seen a creature with less brain cells than this motherfucker right here.
Yeah.
The yellow cat
he's-
of snakes.
No, he's so dumb. He falls constantly, even though he
Oh
loves
no,
climbing.
buddy.
Like, I've taken him to the vet. He doesn't have like a neurological disease. He's just dumb.
That's funny.
That moment when can't climb, doctor prescribes stupid.
No, literally, he is diagnosed stupid.
You are
Dying-
being
That's really-
stupid.
Diagnosed idiot motherfucker. Anyways, I'm gonna get up, feed him real quick.
Okie doke. Have fun.
Cut. So,
You've only
I will use
introduced
the
your
restroom.
character by first name, by the way, who, right?
Yep.
Okay.
yeah, he only called himself Kyle.
I will refill my water bottle and use the restroom while that's going on.
Oh, got you. Okay. I was
Although I
about
do
to
love
be
his
like,
character's
so,
last name.
Kyle.
Yeah.
I do love his character's last name. It's fucking solid.
Damn, when do I get to learn his last name? I showed you mine.
Probably with plot stuff, I guess.
I mean, probably. I can live without knowing it.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't want to reveal anybody's backstory without their like knowledge. Unless somebody's like, you can choose when to drop this in, or whatever. Then I don't really reveal what other people have about their characters. That's up to you guys to divulge that when you're talking about shit.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also realized I've never RP'd at all any session where you guys are fucking calling it a night.
So, this stupid fuck was pressed with his face up against the glass like a motherfucking dog. You
Oh.
hungry ass bitch. But yeah, he bit like literally instantly. So I'm back permanently now.
Okay. Excellent.
Got you. He
I
was
will
a very
hurry
lucky
up and
boy.
use the
What can I tell
restroom for
you?
real this time.
He's like, hurry up, I need you to finish this Star and City recording. I need to watch it. He does watch YouTube
I'll
with
be
me.
back.
He likes Minecraft parkour videos. I've noticed.
That's great.
Actually,
Who doesn't love watching those, though, to be fair?
True.
Fair, not wrong.
I've just noticed that he gets very fascinated at the screen whenever I turn one on. So,
Got you. Does he actually watch Star City with you?
he could. I haven't ever watched it with him before, but he can.
I mean, fair. I guess that was a weird question to ask to me, or a player in this.
Oh.
I'll have him watch it just for you.
How kind of you? Just don't do it just on my account. No,
Right.
This is just
do it
not...
for his, because then he'll gain brain cells from it.
Maybe. Alright, I'm good to go.
I mean,
Alrighty.
yeah, one can hope.
One can hope.
Oh, so you guys bought like items and stuff too, right? Although I do believe, if memory
bought
serves
one
me
item,
right,
yeah.
Lua might have a certain thing. Yep. Okay.
Yes,
Yep.
I do.
That may or may not become valid in a bit.
I bought one item. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
I wonder if I'll recognize any of the scrap I sold here.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, anything
Anyways.
happen while we're going through the back streets?
I'm gonna probably throw something together for a quick event for it in a moment. I just want to make sure that everybody's back
boy.
when I do.
I will say, Lua is definitely like hiding behind Al and Kyle. Like, he is trying to be as unnoticeable as humanly possible.
Yeah, you have like tall suit and taller suit right next to you.
Yeah, I mean, Lua is also pretty tall, but he's like lanky, so
I mean,
he's kind
yeah,
of slouched to like be shorter
Yeah.
than you guys. He probably
Yeah,
isn't
Al
taller
just-
than you, but
yeah, probably
I
not. But to be
return.
honest, Al is a very loud presence.
Welcome back, who?
yeah. Blah, blah.
You know, in more ways than one.
Yeah, Al is like
Al's a
Al
wild
is
card.
like a he draws attention because he's Al Gatucci.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's the
The
Al
Al-
Why
Gatucci.
wouldn't I?
No one at all.
I'm the. Yeah.
The Alice to
I'm
all
the guy who
Gatuccis.
sells stuff around here.
It's the Gatucci Riz.
Yes, it is. It
It's-
really is.
Actually, kind of is, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful.
He's
huh?
Yeah,
charisma.
that moment when I accidentally. That
When you-
moment when
that
I
moment
accidentally
when you
created a
accidentally-
character with the most riz.
Yeah. That moment when you
Mhm.
accidentally roll natural 20 on your charisma checks. All of them.
Literally.
Yup.
He just
Basically.
listen. Al Gatucci. I don't need to say anything else.
Pretty much, yeah.
I am Al
that's it.
Gatucci. Yes.
This is
It's like Batman, but like, you know, not quite the same. Not quite as dour, just a lot happier. Has parents.
yeah.
I'm the one who knocks.
As parents.
Pretty much, yeah. That's an accurate image, I think.
It's beautiful,
Yeah,
isn't
I have a loving relationship with my mother and father.
it? That'd be like a really funny thing. Like, honestly, like his parents are in like perfect, like they're fine, but he just doesn't. He just visits
They're
them
just
on occasion. His dad
He
is like,
visits-
yeah. You just do whatever, you know. Like he's
Yeah.
he's mildly disappointed, but he's not actually trying to be unsupportive. Like,
I send like little bits of money here and there if they ever need help. And it's
yeah.
like, well, he's paying the bills at least.
Right?
So.
Yeah, for real, like he's like just genuinely a good son.
Yeah.
Weirdly wholesome
Yeah.
fact about Al Gatucci.
Yeah.
Sorry that I never tested into that college you wanted me to go to, Dad. But I'll make it up for you. I can make a living. This is what I want to do.
Don't worry, Dad. Scavenging's a good job. I'll make it big.
One of these days. In casino, 2 minutes later.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I made
It's
it
like
big.
Rex if he was like a gambler.
Literally.
Yeah.
Does he
Anyway,
get hit with the
we're
tax
all
evasion,
here.
though, is the main question.
Huh?
Stay
Never
tuned in
know.
the
I
next
mean,
episode.
depends. Theoretically, he is homeless.
Yeah, does he get caponed? We'll find out. Anywho,
We'll
as
We'll
for
find
the one
out.
event that I have set up, yeah, you're gonna be walking through the outskirts and whatnot, all right? And after a fair amount of walking, I'd say like a good maybe 20, 30 minutes, because this is quite a bit of a trip, right? And there's not gonna be a fucking warp train sending you to where this random remote area is in the outskirts, right? So, hence the reasoning why you are walking. Now, I have this written down somewhere, so I'm just gonna read ahead of time right here. Yes. Okay. So you're gonna be waltzing down the street, okay? And we'll say kind of like a square. You can think like an open area where you would imagine like benches and like a fountain, something like that. You know what I mean? Like an open area rather than just street corners and buildings and shit like
Yes.
that. Okay.
So it's kind of like an open park, basically.
Kind of, yeah. There will be two individuals there. One of them is significantly louder than the other one, and seemingly spiraling about something. They don't really seem to really pay you any mind so much. And then the other individual, seemingly a woman, is just, they're both in lab coats. The guy is significantly crazier sounding as well as looking, okay? I'm gonna literally give him the spiral spectacles on top of it.
Oh, God.
But the woman knows him. Yes, it's Doofenshmirtz. It's on...
Yes.
Curse you, Perry the Platypus!
Oh, no.
Oh, no. The secret beholder, the platypus.
Yeah, there's just a platypus on the ground in between them. It's actually just Victoria, his daughter, by the way. Anyway, yeah. But, yeah, no, she's, like, seemingly trying to, like, console him and whatnot, and when you kind of tune into the conversation, he's absolutely freaking out over his research and the fact that, it was, like, his last chance to, I don't know, make a breakthrough of some kind. You can't really make it too well, like what they're saying in the distance, right? And obviously he's distraught about this while she's trying to just trying to fucking calm him down, right? So I would imagine nobody would give a shit to really intervene with anything. Yeah, so you're just walking down the street like, yeah, all right, whatever, crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Question.
Yes.
Do I recognize either of these scientists?
No.
Okay.
I considered, because it would have been funny, I considered doing a false positive at one point where, like, the guy popped up out of nowhere when you guys least expected it and just pointed at Lua, and then just broke down in the middle of the street. He actually doesn't know Lua. But just to fucking jump scare him, I considered that for about 5 seconds. That would have been fucking hilarious.
It would have been so
really
funny.
It would have just been an illusion. Lua's just having hallucinations at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Lua's just being haunted by the ghosts of his past.
The ghost of Christmas past.
Yep. Oh man, I love it. I love it. But yeah, so they're just he's still spiraling. As you're getting about to the halfway point of walking by the square, though, things are going to get a lot louder, and he's just going to get angrier, right? To desperation at this point. And from his pocket, he's going to remove a syringe of some kind. You can't really make out necessarily what it is, Lord knows. Nobody at all will look at it, but it's just going to be a vial of, like, almost glowing blue fluid that he pulls out of his pocket, and he's just kind of holding it up and staring at it, zoning out, while still just spiraling and saying about a bunch of random fucking nonsense about how desperate that he was to finish that project.
I mean, Kyle puts a hand on his gun and just raises an eyebrow, but doesn't do anything.
Any other reactions we have from the cast here?
Not entirely, but let's just say Al's intrigued.
Al's trying to listen, and everybody just stops for a moment. And Corb, yep.
Oh, I assume Lua doesn't know what's in this vial, so while he is curious, he's still trying not to draw any attention to himself, even if he doesn't recognize these people. So,
Fair
like,
enough.
he's like glancing over a little bit, but he's trying not to be obvious about it.
Yeah, the answer is you wouldn't know what was in that vial. Nobody here would have any fucking idea whatsoever. There's any knowledge that you would have to indicate anything.
Yes, I see.
But there's a mystery, and you don't like
X.
it. Yeah, exactly.
It's Chemical X from Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, it's actually just a vial of Serum K. Anywho.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's that Nuka-Cola Quantum I found that one time.
Yeah, actually, no, it's blue. It would be Serum W, which
yes.
if it were Serum
It's a
W,
chug.
that would be bad. That would be
I
very
see,
bad.
It's what they used to create the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's going to become Mega Shredder.
Yeah, he's just going to inject some Bang energy drink directly into his veins. He just drops dead from caffeine overdose.
Impossible.
It's the Panera lemonade.
That's not nearly enough.
Yes.
I do that every day and I'm fine.
But if it's directly in your bloodstream, it's entirely different, though. That's like direct. That'll probably kill you.
Yeah, I think injecting most random things into your bloodstream.
Yeah, pretty much injecting about any liquid in there will kill you.
Yeah, it's not a good
It's
thing.
not blood or water.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's this fella doing about that?
But yeah, he's still freaking out. You know, Nina, in her usual fashion, shows interest in people watching in her usual sadistic demeanor and whatnot, though, and she'll sit and watch with you, with her arms crossed. Okay?
Sips tea.
Yeah, my, what do we have going on over here? You know, something to that effect, right? She don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's not like they could do anything that would fucking hurt her anyway.
Emerging victorious from the
that's
I don't give a fuck war.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, let's just be real. The Arbiters are kind of... It's if you're an Arbiter, you're kind of like an Abrams tank just, like, strolling through Detroit. Just casually rolling through Detroit. There's nothing anybody can do about that, man. You just get the fuck out of her way.
I like the touch that it's in Detroit.
Yeah. Just scientific Detroit. Everybody is just scarier. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So what's this guy thinking about?
Fair enough. All right. So before long, I'm just gonna cut to the chase here. Then he's gonna stab himself with that syringe.
Oh.
Yeah, he's just gonna suddenly stab himself with that syringe. Shortly afterwards, there are a lot of shouts of pain. Right. The woman is now she's distraught. Now she is starting to definitely freak out and ask why he did that. Why? What the hell? Right? And throughout the screams of pain, you can see his body kind of restructuring itself, snapping of bone. You know, that kind of shit. It's almost like a werewolf transformation, except he's not going to turn into a furry whatsoever. He's just going to turn into almost a William Birkin-esque looking creature, a hunchback kind of thing, after a bit. And it's just, yeah, he's a little bigger than he was before. Probably stronger, too. He's kind of jacked looking.
Yeah.
And,
this, too, is a persona.
Yes, this, too, is a persona.
This is somehow a persona.
Yup. As he eyeballs around, seemingly in a confused daze. Okay, he's gonna make his way towards the woman, in a very scary, menacing fashion. Of course, he's likely going to kill her.
Ah.
Kyle just sighs and draws his gun.
Yeah. I was curious to see what everyone else was gonna do, but yeah, this is probably that time when
the woman shook and she's not moving anywhere. She's just freaking out right now. She's frozen in terror. They're about maybe a good 30-40 feet from you, if even.
Yeah.
So.
Gotcha.
Alrighty, cool. Is there any specific way that you're going to intervene with this, though? You sighed and you drew your gun, but what would the first move be? As much as I would love to throw you into a
he mostly
flash
did it
right
because
now,
he just kind of...
Yeah.
He just kind of assumes that if the woman dies, that they'll probably get attacked anyway.
Pretty much. Yep. Which makes sense.
So,
but whatever happens, I'm just having you guys role play out what you would do rather than immediately throw you into a clash, right? Because not everything necessarily needs to be a clash. Because it's gonna be longer.
Yeah, Al's straight probably just gonna run up and allow me to be cool for a second.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
What the fuck this guy's gonna do?
Parry this, you fucking casual.
Kill him.
In reality, he's probably just gonna run up and just like shove the woman out of the way.
Alright, as you do that, just because I know the nature of the characters that we have going on right here, I'm gonna say Luna followed you into that. And as you dive to go ahead and save her, it would be within character of Luna to definitely engage. So she's just gonna fucking, out of nowhere, she makes, like, crazy speed towards this creature, by the way, too. Like, if you haven't witnessed it before with her character, Luna is scary fast when she's closing in, especially for her engagement. And she's just gonna fucking just bust him right in the jaw real good.
Nice.
And he just staggers back a good 3 or 4 feet from it, too. Like, it fucking, you heard that. And she shakes off her hand afterwards, realizing that, like, holy shit, it's kind of durable, actually. But it seems to definitely put an impact on the creature.
Yeah. Whoa, man. Laying hands like that on a lady ain't so cash money.
I'm gonna let Kyle go first in what you want to do.
Kyle just aims to shoot.
All right, cool. He's just
You're
gonna
probably
fucking.
supposed to shoot one of the eyes.
Are you just gonna bust a cap in his ass?
Yeah, just shoot one of the giant eyeballs.
All right, cool. It's not like a literal giant eyeball, mind you. He doesn't have the eyes that you would think from like William Birkin from Resident Evil 2. It's just the same kind of build that you imagine from that, like that weird hunchbacky looking fucked up shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, he doesn't have like the G eyeballs.
They're probably like.
I mean, you can still shoot him in the eye. You can shoot him in the face.
Yeah, that too, if it's possible.
All right, cool. You know what I'm actually going to have you do? Roll for sharp, too.
Yep, let me just pull up to see how many dice I roll. To make sure I have that right.
No, so just because I want to as well, I'm just going to roll this.
Oh,
in case it's needed for Luna here.
We have 3 dices.
Yeah, that's about what I would have figured for something like that, so a little above average, so.
Oh. We gotta see.
Yep,
we
and
do
then what
have
did you...
That's not bad.
Alright.
4 and a 2.
6, 4, and a 2, total of, what is that, 12? Yeah.
Yeah, 12.
Alright, cool.
It's about average.
Kyle's gonna do about 3 shots, okay? You don't actually hit the third one, but the first 2 are actually, we'll say the last 2. The first one hits maybe the shoulder, and then you leveled up afterwards, and the next 2 shots just hit square in the face, dead-on hits. The creature falls to the ground. It still has a bit of life in it, though, but you know that you definitely did a number on it.
Whoa!
And then Black Tech Bomb.
It uses Black Tech Bomb and kills all of us.
I use a black. No, actually, surprisingly, Lua doesn't make much of a move at the moment, and he only starts to move after the other 2 do, and even then, he doesn't actually draw his quote-unquote weapon. He does kind of keep an eye on things as the shots are fired. Does it look like this thing is going to be, like, does it look like it's able to get up after this? Like,
yes.
Does it mostly look stunned?
Yes,
or
it does.
Okay.
It definitely, you can tell that it's about to, it's going to have some level of a second wind. It screeches, it, you know, wah, wah,
okay.
and shit like that. It's trying to get back up, and it can. So it's stumbling up.
You know what I discussed with you before, Fox, about how the fact that Lua's pocket watches aren't exactly his weapon. It's more of, like, a gauge he uses to, like, figure out how he does things.
Yep.
Like, it just helps him control it. He's gonna actually, he's just going to try and, guesstimate this, because he does not want to make himself more recognizable than he needs to be, and the technology he uses might be recognized here.
Understandable.
So, he's going to try and guesstimate not a Black Tech Bomb, because that could be detrimental, but just Trickster.
Okay. So describe, I guess, how it would be witnessed from the party, like what they would see from this, right?
So,
on what happens.
Lua is standing back, and for a moment, he kind of reaches towards one of his pockets, or like he kind of takes one of his hands out of his pocket to reach towards like the inside of his jacket. But he kind of pauses really quick and puts his hand back. Actually, this would be the first time Kyle's seeing it. He has prosthetic fingers. They're like metal. He actually doesn't open, like he doesn't switch eyes. As Al would possibly note, because every time Lua gets into combat, he changes which eye is open. He just kind of focuses and stares really hard at this creature. And will attempt to use Trickster.
And then what is Trickster? Fill me in again.
It just deals like 5 damage. It's like it just uses an odd number dice to deal 5 damage. He doesn't have any other weapons, so I just kind of have to go off his antes here.
I'll just have you roll for what are your attributes again?
Like my numbers?
Yeah, your like top 2, I guess that would be related to. Or I'll tell you what do you want to approach with then? Fuck it. You know what? Let's go with that. I would say probably cold, sharp, or blunt.
I'd probably say cold, because it's kind of he's trying to calculate this, because the problem is he might accidentally hit people that he doesn't want to hit.
Fair.
So he's trying to gauge the right amount of everything to put into this, you know.
He's trying to gauge just
then I would just say you would approach with cold. He's thinking, right?
Yeah.
He's trying to figure things out and reason. So roll for cold. Approach with cold.
Okay. Let me get my dice out. I'll put them in public so everyone can see. Oh. That was not a proper roll, so. As much as I would love to keep that 6, I'm not cheating.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You don't have
Good
to keep that
13.
6. That's still pretty decent.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely above
That's
average,
pretty
too.
decent.
So, again, what you're trying to do specifically is assess the situation?
No, he's trying to use, like... He's trying to use his weird time abilities to hurt this thing without hurting anyone around it, without using his, like... I guess the right analogy would be, like... It's like trying to make a really specific bomb without using the exact measurements. He's just guesstimating. He doesn't have his, like, measuring cups or whatever.
Alright, fair.
He's
Let's
trying
put
to
it
not blow
this way.
everyone up.
Let's put it this way. You feel fairly confident that you would be able to pull off whatever it is that you have going on in mind without harming anybody that you don't really want to harm in this particular circumstance.
Okay. He's just gonna...
You feel very confident about it.
He's just gonna do kind of like a mini explosion on this thing's back.
Alright, cool. Does he, like, snap his fingers or something, or what would people witness on him that he does in triggering it?
He actually doesn't do anything. He's standing surprisingly still here.
He just stands still and it just detonates? Okay.
Yep.
And this would be something that people have already kind of witnessed in a fight with him before, right? Where you just
Yeah,
detonate
usually
shit.
he's holding out a pocket watch, but right now he's just focusing really hard on this thing. Like, he's locked in. He is focused.
Alright, I'll put it this way then. Al, you would notice that no eye was triggered or whatever. You can roll for cold, actually. Roll for cold.
Oh, cold you say.
You are basically doing an insight check, by the way, so I'm even going to give you another die or two as a bonus, because that would be like a thing that you're doing with your character. So.
Okay, got you. So, you said a bonus die, right?
I'm going to say 1 bonus die for the circumstance, so.
Okay.
Yep.
Got you. Yes, that is 6 die.
Conveniently, really
Yep.
quick to
No,
find
that
the
is not
perfect
wrong.
image for this.
Yep, no, go for it.
I have 5 cold, by the way. Wow, this is kind of mid, actually.
It was right on the DC
That's still
for
a
it, so
20,
that's
actually.
fine. I was thinking right on 20, so you nailed it. That's fine.
Oh,
You would be able to
it's not
tell
bad.
from the body language, the fact of everything that's going on right there, with that you can tell immediately that Lou is holding back, or at least trying to restrain something.
Yeah.
yeah,
He's-
she's yeah. He's
So,
trying
gonna-
not to be, like, known
Obvious or
whatever,
something,
yeah.
and you can tell immediately that it's. Like, I'm gonna say because of that roll being what it was right there, because I made that a relatively decent check for it. You would tell like they're trying to hide more or less like their capabilities. You don't know why, obviously, but that's clearly what
That's
the intent
fair.
is here.
I will also just give a brief
Yeah.
description just to make it clear what's going on here. Lua basically has some level of control or like some ability to wield the weird time anomaly shit going on in the city. Like obviously he can't manipulate time that well, but like he can deal damage with it. The pocket watches are like measuring devices, so he can do it properly without exploding everyone.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
the
not
tech just
having
helps him do it better.
Yep, and not having the eye switched on. If you didn't have a good insight, I would imagine you would look at that as odd and be like, huh, maybe he's always just been able to do that, and it like aids and makes it more powerful because it's not as big.
Yeah.
Is what I was going to play off of, but because you actually got the insight check on it, you can tell there's a level of relent slash like the trying to stop yourself from like, you know, from being seen.
If he
presumably from the Arbiter, which is funny because I'm gonna actually have her fucking play something off of that. But anyway.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let this be a lesson, Lua. You can never hide a poker face from a gambler.
Indeed,
Does
it's
he fucking
impossible.
say that?
No, right?
No.
You
I
just
don't
hear the
think
voice of El Gatucci in your head.
Yo,
I don't know if he'd say
knows?
that right now, but you should use that line at some point. That's raw.
Yeah, that is great.
I will use that line. Just not now, because I don't want to make it obvious to like everyone else into who you may be hiding.
Fantastic.
But yeah.
That's a raw fucking line.
That's
awesome.
That's a pretty sick line, actually. Yeah. I'll save that for later.
Yup.
Write it down.
So that
you remember.
explosion definitely would have killed it, by the way. That would have blown out a decent portion of its back, presumably where the spine was, where the spinal bits are, and it'll collapse after that. It is dead.
Nice.
You could at least you think it's dead, but like there's no reason to believe otherwise. Like it just falls over motionless and is fucking gone in a pile of its own flesh and blood at that point. So
I'm gonna look over to. Yeah, I'm gonna look over to
response is
Luna
the
and
equivalent
Kyle.
of understandable. Have a nice day.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look over to Luna and Kyle and be like, "Nice, thanks for the assist," and just flash them both thumbs up. Helping them up their feet.
Kyle's reloading his gun now.
Beautiful. It just reloads, just shoots twice and reloads. You know, double tap, baby. Love it.
He just shoots it. Fucking shoot it again anyway.
Yup.
Just
Alrighty.
walks up and shoots the head again, just to make absolutely sure.
Oh yeah, I believe that 100%. Double tap, baby, every time.
You can never be sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially in this city.
Yeah, I guess.
Yep.
You would shoot the body, I'll put it this way. You would shoot the head and there's no response. There's no pain, anything. There's not even a nervous response for movement. It is dead.
Good enough.
Look,
Yeah.
look, man. 9mm kills the body, but 45 ACP kills
the
soul.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Anyway,
So the
this
woman is still
woman-
distraught, by the way, and just kind of doing whatever. Are you gonna try to like make her chill out? Is that what the goal is here? To get her to explain whatever.
I was gonna be like helping her up, I guess, a bench or something, and be like, "Oh, what was up with that? Is everything okay?"
Actually, I'm gonna have you do another check.
Fuck.
This one's gonna be hot rather than cold because it's a little more emotionally driven.
Ooh,
Damn, I can't
gotcha.
possibly help with that.
Man, it's almost like you
I have
a,
only. I have a terrible hot score.
do you have anything that you think could apply to that at all, or
I
you guys can also aid him?
Uh,
You guys can also aid him. So I
Yeah.
would
Aid him.
just let that drop real quick
Yeah.
though, because it's probably gonna be a snake eyes anyway. so-
Yeah.
Okay, 4. You guys can
Oh,
also
I drew
aid
my
him if
dice.
anybody else is trying to like tab in
I mean,
on that to be able to be
No
like,
problem.
what's up?
Kyle will probably help out to the best of his non-ability.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. All you have to do is.
Thank
It's a bit
God
better.
that Kyle's here to carry him.
Thank God that Kyle's here. Yeah.
Yep.
Look, man, I'm here to scam people, not to see if they're feeling better.
Yeah.
True.
All right. She stopped shaking for a little bit. All right. She finally calms down and whatnot. There's still a little bit of a tremble in her voice though. Afterwards, just how would I explain this? I mean, it basically is what you heard though. She's gonna say that they were trying to work on a long-running experiment for the last 4 months to we'll say that it's for an application to be able to work for one of the havens, right? To be able to work for Hades under the for the Queens. And they had already been denied 2 times prior, and that was their last straw to be able to do it, and they did not accept them on the 3rd try, and it drove him mad.
Well, that's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, isn't it?
Yeah.
tragic.
Wait.
Yep. Oh no. Tragic.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yep. Anyway, do you guys want to get some shawarma?
That's rough, buddy.
I mean, unironically, I was probably gonna be like, here, go find something stable, and just gives them like 300 on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough. You're right. You would do that. Are you actually going to give her like some money and just, you know, a pat on the head and be like, okay, cool, take care of yourself?
I mean, yeah, it's more so.
There's nothing
of,
else you can really
like,
do other than like
Pretty
you know,
much, yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
she'd be otherwise
So
we're
yeah,
just
I'll
leaving her there and be
give
like,
her,
all right, cool,
some
good
money,
luck.
yeah.
All right.
I'll give her somebody and just like wish her well in her way, but like try not to. Science is risky business. Yeah, it's just try to find something stable. Alright.
All right. She's gonna thank you, and move on her way. She stops and pauses and looks at the body, and under her breath, if you're able to catch it, just is gonna say something to the effect of, "I'm sorry it had to be like this," before making her way out of sight, down one of the alleyways in the distance.
Well,
Gotcha.
just your average Tuesday.
Well,
Just your average Tuesday in
yeah.
the city, yeah, absolutely. This is an average day here,
Yeah.
man.
Well, I'm down 300 on, but hopefully that woman's gonna make a living somewhere.
More
It's
importantly,
it's an investment in the future.
Yep.
Indeed, you're
Yep.
gambling with her success.
Right. Nina
Basically,
adds in
yes.
addition to that phrase. More importantly, it's a very interesting ability that you have over there, shooting Lua a glance.
It's just a little something I picked up.
Mm-hmm. How do I
Nice.
want to word this, actually? So, because I want to make sure that I get it right, too. So it is, like you said, it's like a time manipulation to be able to set up an explosion, right?
Yeah, he basically fucks with time a little bit.
Is
specifically
there
the
any
time
more
anomaly that's-
specific way that you want to explain that? If you need to DM it to me, go for it.
I'll just say it aloud. He just kind of warps time space a little bit. He can't do it on super large scale, but he basically messes with, you know how in lore there's like a weird time anomaly throughout the entire city?
Yeah.
Taps into that a little bit and messes with it.
Which would be
in just,
tapping
like, a-
into Zeal, which it's whatever,
Yes.
to be honest with you, but
Yeah. No, he taps into Zeal a little bit and messes with that anomaly in a specific spot. It's just he has to be really precise with it, otherwise it can be a lot larger than he intends for it to be.
Oh, absolutely. You know what? Actually, I know exactly how I'm going to wind up role-playing this, because, remember this, by the way, this is going to be a conflict of
Oh, no.
how she treats certain things normally. Okay? But,
No.
how do I want the phrasing to be, though?
That is correct.
Write that down. Write that down.
Yeah. All right. Here's how we're gonna go with that. She's just gonna smirk and, through almost a laugh, says, "If I didn't know any better, that almost looks like a bit of Zeal manipulation. But what do I know? We have somewhere to be." And just continues on her way.
That we do.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully this little detour didn't make us late.
If y'all look closely, Lua looks nervous.
Oh, don't worry. Al can tell.
He's trying to hide it, but he's nervous.
So, for you.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Welcome on in. Yeah, for you, Sir Kyle, I'm gonna say that reaction is going to put a little bit of a little surprise into you. Mostly because, that's like their whole, you know that their whole entire thing is like lock and key under information, especially pertaining to Zeal, right? The fact that she did not act anything further on that and just let that slide because if it was an issue that she felt was something that would have been violated, she would have done something on the spot. This is knowledge to you and you alone, though, at the moment. So, for whatever reason,
Just not gonna question.
for whatever
You're just gonna
reason,
go, you know what?
Lua was
Okay.
let off of the hook there. Lua doesn't
Alright.
know that, but
Listen, I have a permit. Holds out a piece of paper that says, "I do what I want."
I do what I
smiles.
want. It's like crudely written in crayon.
Yeah, it has a little smiley face emoji on it, like a really badly drawn smile.
Yep. Welcome on in.
hello.
So,
Hi.
Echo, what you missed
Yes.
primarily, my sister is not here, obviously, that you've probably noticed. You can feel free to pop in here at any point under pink. The session is up, though. But, basically, I wrapped up everything that you needed to do into the, in District 2.
Okay.
Currently, Red is working on trying to get, some gun parts eventually sent. I'm sorry, is it actually... Did you want to, like, tell me something first before I continue this?
No, I was just gonna say I might have fucking double booked. I forgot. It's fine.
It's okay, I can just deal Camilla in afterwards, like I said, and then get you notes.
Yeah, I
Discuss
mean,
it
I
together.
said it would show up, so I'm at least gonna tell you. Would you be upset if I had to tap out just entirely and I'll be there next week? Definitely.
It's whatever. Right now, Camilla is off doing something right now anyway. Like I said, I had Alden hand her a note, and she's off.
Oh wait,
to do
shit! I
something.
wouldn't be able to come next week because I'm at San Japan next week.
Oh shit, that's next week?
Yeah, it's this weekend.
I
I'm
honestly,
leaving-
I might give it 2 weeks anyway until next session so that I can get
I'm
some
leaving
more,
on Thursday.
more
Yeah,
material
I'm
done,
leaving.
considering
I'm
that I'm
leaving on
working.
Thursday. Yeah. Yeah, I also need to give you my material as well. So if you, I'm sorry to do this
Yeah,
to you again.
Dude, no, you're
but,
good. You're good. Like I was
I'll
literally
definitely-
thinking
I'll-
doing 2 weeks for the next one anyway to make sure that everybody is good to do like some of the smaller things because I
definitely
kind of
come-
rushed this
I'll-
together.
I'll definitely be there for that, 100%. Work permitting, obviously. I just next weekend I'm booked because I'm not going to be home. I'm going to be away.
Yeah, no, I get that, the San Japan thing, but yeah, we can make the next
Yeah.
session for the 8 if everybody else is okay with that.
I don't mind. I have every weekend off
sorry, I hope
Yeah.
hope y'all are well. Hope your characters are well. Kisses. Mwah.
Oh, they're
Bye-bye.
they're being followed by an arbiter at the moment, by the way, too, or at least
Smooch.
escorted by an arbiter currently. So that's
Smooch,
what
yeah.
you're missing. It's great.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I'll write it up for you later.
Oh,
Hey, I'll give you my shit
Yeah.
later. Bye bye.
Fantastic. All right, take care, Echo.
it's,
Kyle just remains the only one not nervous.
Yeah, Kyle just
Hey,
kind of knows what's
hey,
going
hey,
on
hey,
here,
who
though.
said I was nervous?
True. I don't think Al.
I mean,
can
Al
be
Gatucci has
nervous.
the perfect poker face. He convinces
This is
himself he's
true.
not nervous.
Yep.
You're right. Oh my god, I didn't even
He
think of that
gaslights
before.
himself into knowing he is never nervous.
Yep. Fair enough.
Oh my god, you're not wrong. He's just either more talkative or less talkative.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Anyway.
But that being said, we got like another good hour that we can do for the main scenario here. So that permitting, I'm
Yeah.
gonna drop you guys off at the lab that you need to be at this point. So
Hell yeah.
fantastic. So now I'm just gonna throw together a random scenario. So is it this one that I wanted to do? I think it is. There you go. I do like this
Hell
one
yeah.
for story bits right here. So
Man,
all right,
guys,
it's gonna
are
be
you
very
ready to
similar.
Descend?
Yes, descend into madness.
Are you ready to descend into the Limbus Company dungeon?
Oh my god, yeah,
Descend
we're going
to
into the
basement.
fuck, what are they called?
Under-
Mirror dungeons? Mirror dungeons.
Mirror dungeon.
Oh no.
Yeah, we're going into a mirror dungeon. This is gonna
Man,
be
we
like a
didn't even
2-week
pick our
affair.
ego gifts.
Yeah, this is gonna be a several session affair now.
Damn, we didn't even pick our ego gifts.
Yup.
We don't even have an archetype.
Yeah, you're fucked. Don't worry about it.
Okay, the archetype is Slash stupid.
Hmm.
Yeah, but we don't have any status builds. That's like all the good ego gifts.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Alright.
but this is that's because this is Limbus Company start. Duh. There was a net
shit,
archetype.
you're right.
Fair. You got a good point. All right, so Nana's gonna drop you guys off on the side of the laboratory. Okay. It's gonna be very similar to the last time when you guys were trying to get into a building and you fought those henchmen, right? Similar to that kind of a thing. But you're at yet another building. Okay. It's kind of isolated compared to the rest of it. It's not like a random building by a bunch of others. There's not really like neighbors.
No.
If you catch my drift of that, right? Like it's kind of just isolated.
It's
Yeah.
it's just on its own. There is no other buildings.
Pretty
inside.
much. It's kind of fenced off though too, but you were able to get into the fence. Like it wasn't locked up necessarily, but there's a big outline of fencing of
Yeah.
a parking
It's
lot
just a
of
chain link
sorts,
fence.
I suppose. There's not many parking spots, but like the lot itself is bigger. Does that make sense? Like it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
necessarily set up
Yeah.
like a parking lot because it's a small building. You don't need 80 fucking parking slots for a fucking small building. But I'll say it's a
Yeah.
good 2-story building, not necessarily shaped straight up like a box. There's like some decent architecture going on here though, and what only can be assumed as a front door. It's not glass, but it is secure, and yeah, there you have it.
Interesting.
And Nina will remind everybody again right here. As mentioned previously, I am only here to observe how you take care of your task here. So, just pretend that I'm not here.
Already doing it. It actually just says that.
Kyle, who
Really
are you
noted.
talking to? There's no one. There's no one there.
Must have been the wind.
Yep. Alrighty. So, how do we want to go
look,
about this? The rest of this is just me gonna be improving off of what you guys throw at me now, because I don't even have a
Gotcha.
building
I
structure
mean-
in mind.
So
That is perfectly fine.
our goal is our goal to investigate this place first,
Yes.
or is our goal
you're
to
trying,
wipe everything
You're trying to get in, and you're trying to gather information about the shady group. So,
Okay.
I probably didn't roleplay it super well. You know that these guys are associated to who you are trying to basically get info and take down anyway, because they're doing illegal, fucked up shit to Paraxin
Yeah.
experiments,
Okay.
right? From what you remember from
Gotcha.
with District 1. It is the
Right.
same group.
Yeah.
It is some of the people that are behind it, but they have a separate lab branch that can be narrowed down to this location. They're doing shit. You're trying to get some information from inside of it.
Okay.
That's basically what you're trying to do. If given resistance by people inside of it, you have full clearance to not only defend yourself, but eliminate
Okay.
the area.
Got you.
You don't have to give a shit.
Defend myself.
Yeah,
I don't need defending. I'll just kill people.
pretty much.
defend myself, more like offend them. Anyways, so what's our door situation looking like? Like, what's our entrance opportunities here?
It's gonna be like a fucking steel slide doors, right? There's a panel on the side of it, though. And that's pretty much all that you got. There's a couple of windows that you can see dotting the side of the building and whatnot for the first and second floor. However, they're not normal windows. You can tell, even if you're not familiar with District 3, that they are reinforced for sure. It's not something where you're just gonna pull out a gun, shoot, and then you can get in through the window. So it wouldn't be something like that anyway, for the way that these buildings are designed in this area. But
the panel, is it like an ID scanner? Is it like a password input, like biometrics? What is it?
I'm gonna say that it's either a fingerprint or some kind of ID card scanner.
Okay. Can
Either
I
way.
actually?
Good.
Can I use my what's it called? Spedum device on it?
You should be able to if you can get into the actual panel, that is. And given what I understand about your character with like the metal fingers as well too, shouldn't be too hard for you to unscrew a few bolts to get to it.
Yeah. Lou doesn't really have any tools on him, but he's just gonna like do his best.
And as you're approaching the building too, you would
actually,
notice that there are cameras that are outside. However, they don't seem to be functioning.
Okay. Actually, is it just like screws on the panel or like bolts or what?
Just a couple of hard to reach bolts. You might need to pry off a plate to be able to do so, which is probably what you would start with, but it would come off easily enough, especially with metal fingers and tools.
Yeah. Lou is gonna look over at the other two and say, either of you have like a knife or something sort of flat that I can wedge under this?
I mean, pulls out my knife. Other than that, all I've got are these. He pulls out locksmith's tools, but I don't think that's really gonna help against. He looks at biometric scanner.
Just trust me, bro. Just trust me, bro.
Yeah. Try not to break it.
Obviously, the solution is stab it.
Right? Yup.
I'll do my best. And he's gonna, use that to wedge underneath the plate to get like to pop it up a little bit enough that he can like grab onto it, and pull that up. And then with the bolts, he's just gonna do his best to twist them by hand.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to get the plate up. In order to be able to get the Spedum device to work, you need to disconnect a very specific part. I don't know what a capacitor is in specific, but that's just the fucking word that comes to my mind. But you gotta just pluck something off of it to be able to gain a signal to plug into it.
Gotcha.
And then if you can do that, which seems straightforward enough to you, so you go ahead and you do so.
An electrical thing.
Yeah, that's more for power, isn't it? Like it's almost like a battery, weirdly enough.
Yeah, I think it's like an internal. From what I know, it's like an internal.
It's
volt.
Yeah,
stuff.
it's like an internal battery that stores electrical energy.
Indeed.
In the circuit.
Gotcha.
I think it's usually for like starting stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right,
I know a little bit about electrical.
Fair enough. All right, cool. Well,
I know
congratulations. It
considerably
gives you advantage for when you have to do a roll to be able to get this damn thing open. So you're trying to roll to open the door. What would you approach with for this specific circumstance?
Well, since I'm using technological stuff, I'd probably say either sharp or cold, probably. Since I'm not trying to like knock it down. Right?
Yeah, which one's hard?
Sharp is higher.
Sharp is higher. I would agree sharp would work, because it also is supposed to be your quick flanking on it, so you can go ahead and use sharp, and then you can gain an advantage of 2 with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just add 2 dice?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, Al can't really help too much. He's he's more of a mechanics kind of guy, in the sense of give me a lock.
Yeah, it is plenty.
Yeah,
the door is good to open. You have full control to be able to get it to slide open.
All right.
Remotely. So
yeah.
You can do that and then get inside of the building.
I have to know, did he end up breaking my knife?
No. The knife is fine. It came up. The plate came off really easily, actually.
Yeah. He hands the knife back to Al once he's done with it.
Mm-hmm. You might need to hit it with the old whetstone.
Back into his holster.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might need to hit it with the old whetstone a little bit, but it's fine.
Oh yeah,
man, I will it's way easier than just shooting it.
Right.
I will point out for Kyle actually. Lua's right hand just has prosthetic fingers. His left hand is entirely prosthetic down, like, under his sleeve. You don't know how far it goes, but, like, more of it is prosthetic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Also,
He
everybody,
just
for
notes that,
good
and
measure, do a sharp check for me. In the meantime, I'm gonna go
Sharp.
B real quick. I just want to see your
Alright,
results.
nice.
Okay.
I've got 3 of those.
It's not the best roll, but hey, it works.
That could be worse.
You know, that's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
What did you get?
You've
You've gotta be kidding me. I.
Are we
Well,
also
how did we
12?
roll the same? No,
13,
Blue rolled a
13.
13.
13,
Yeah.
13, 12.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
did
still,
correctly.
that's pretty decent.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
think
bad.
we found whatever
It's-
it is, probably.
It's above average for all of us. So.
It's correct, yeah. We definitely rolled a number that is decent enough.
Yeah. If we didn't find it, that's very worrying.
I mean, yeah, to be honest. Maybe it's just very hidden, I don't know what to tell you.
You didn't notice, but the
Alright.
spy was right there. In his potted plant disguise.
I return. Fantastic. All right,
Hello.
results of the sharp check.
12, 13, 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's plenty.
Me,
It's
me
plenty.
and Lua.
I was gonna make
me
it
and
something
Lua rolled
extremely low, like a 5, to be honest with you. What that check was.
13. Got you.
What that check was just not making noise entering the building, so you have the element of surprise.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Because
nice.
given the fact that it was a very quick, everything that you were doing right there, I was like, I'm just gonna make it low. Might have been higher if you guys were
Yeah.
doing other shit, but there you go.
Yeah. No, we're probably
Because if it was like low enough, I was gonna
like
make one of you guys like basically like nat one it, where you like fucking trip on the way in or something.
God.
Yeah.
But none of that
Shit
happened.
Falls down
So
a flight of stairs that wasn't there before.
all right. So when you enter the building,
Nice.
it's a main lobby area, right? You got like a receptionist desk and whatnot, though, but it seems mostly deserted from everything that you're seeing right there. Everything is still in operational, like, status. Like, it all looks fine, but for whatever reason, it's just
Okay.
very quiet and deserted at the moment. Perhaps a day off.
Any filing cabinets to rifle through?
There would be, yeah.
Can I just rifle through filing cabinets?
You can. There's also more of the building as well, too. But if you guys wanted
Yeah.
to have a watch on standby while that's going on, by all means, you can go ahead and do it. But there's more of the building that is definitely unsecured, is my point. In this area that's opened, by the way, you can actually see up over the top. So it's kind of like an atrium, right? Where you can see railings over the top side that would be to the second floor.
Yeah.
So this is like a very open area. There are 2 sides of the desk in the back that are doorways that lead out to the rest of the building.
Gotcha.
Got you.
Let's see. What would I roll for that? I mean, that would probably be sharp,
Hmm.
too.
If there is a roll required, it just depends on what your guys are trying to do, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm planning on rifling through the filing cabinets because I assume Lua would probably be better at computer stuff if there is a receptionist computer.
Yeah,
Fair,
Louis
fair.
probably gonna go for the computer.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
You
I
check
guess
the
I'll
computer, you
keep
check that.
watch considering everyone else is doing their thing.
And Luna will watch the other door. I mean, literally, I'm just gonna be real with you. Fucking, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Luna's literally your best bodyguard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured.
Yeah.
She's
I can-
basically a fucking front door bouncer. That's what
Yeah,
she is.
look.
She's an angry bouncer.
I can only compare.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
You, Lua, when you're digging through the computer, you can tell that there's like a bit of a sign on that's right there, but there's nothing beyond that screen, so you would have to be able to bullshit a sign on to be able to get in there. You can look around the general space or whatnot that you have, but yeah, you can't really do anything on it otherwise.
Any like post-it notes for like a general login, because I know a lot of places do that. Or
As
anything
someone
like
who
that.
worked in that, yeah, we do that. That is actually a real thing. I'm not
I
joking.
believe it.
Yeah.
Yep. So this one I am going to have you roll for, and we're
Okay.
going to put this one under. It's so weird because cold and sharp are kind of the same thing, except
Yeah.
cold is
Yeah,
more
it's just-
mental.
yeah.
So because it basically, I'm trying to get you to do like a search check of some kind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it's up to you, whichever you feel like choosing.
I imagine sharp
Uh-huh.
is more like reflexes and like your
Yeah.
quickness.
We'll make it
Yeah.
under a cold check then. We'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'll give you
to
an
understand what you're
advantage of
reading.
1 as well, given the circumstance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worst comes to
Do I
worst,
need
I'll
to
just...
roll for filing cabinets?
Oh. Didn't mean to throw them that far.
Oh,
19.
Thanks.
I will actually throw you that one because it's a pretty decent roll on it. So I was thinking like maybe a 15 check or something for it. So that works. Yeah, you're gonna see a post-it note under the keyboard, actually.
Ooh, interesting.
Of a login information.
Put that shit in.
We're gonna say username sketchy organization password 123.
It's just
There you go.
You know what? Understandable. If I was a
sort
minion,
of
I would use
illegal
it.
experimentation. but it's
Illegal,
easy.
yes, illegal experimentation. Hope an arbiter doesn't check us, lol.
But it's in league speak. It's in league
Yeah.
speak password security.
Exactly, yup. No, that's great. But yeah, so
Didn't
you'd
the
be able to plug
requirements-
that in, and then you get full access to the computer right there. Al, you're digging through the filing cabinets for things. It's
I was doing filing cabinets.
Oh yes, it
Oh,
is. Yes,
oh,
that's
sorry.
you. You're right. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. You
yeah.
would mostly only find. Do they just leave employee? Yeah, fuck it. This is the PM verse. Who cares? They don't really. You don't have HR in the same way that you would in this.
You don't have HR.
They just
doesn't
have.
exist.
They just have fucking like personal identifiable information about people who work for the fucking company that are just right there in that filing cabinet. Then right there. It's really more of an
Anything of
employee.
note
It's more
other
of an
than just
employee
generic
roster.
McMahon.
That's nothing of note other than, like I said, you just have information for like people and whatnot, which you could pocket it for later. Could be relevant.
just
I'm
pocket
just
it.
saying, it's
Take
a
that
whole
shit.
folder of everybody that works for the fucking place as a documentary, really.
Yeah, I was
and there's
just gonna
not many
take
people.
it anyway.
There's like, here's the thing that's very weird for you, considering the size of the building though and whatnot. There's only like 6 names that pop up, and one of them is the secretary that works at the desk.
Huh, that's weird.
6 people
Clearly,
running the
she's the
entire
mastermind.
building is odd, but
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah,
But yeah,
no, I
you can pocket
file.
the documents for it though. But you don't really find anything of note that you would be looking for of like specific. Let me think of some job titles actually, just to kind of lead into a couple of different things.
Executive secretary.
Right. The only thing that I can really think would be you got a project director. You would have like an analyst on the team somewhere, followed by 2 or 3. I'll probably say the rest of them are, I don't know how to fucking put scientist into a job title, though, but, like, they're head
I mean-
researchers. Yeah, so, like, a
Yeah,
head
well,
researcher and then
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily tell you what the research is for, though.
Yeah.
And as
It's
for the
just that they
company
are researching.
name, do I have a sketchy name for a company? I think I do have one written down. Yeah.
Drugs for less.
Yup. I think I did write one down though. Oh, you know what? Actually, I did write one down. Only it's under the name of the enemies that I designed. So let me open that up. That's why.
Interesting. Oh, okay.
They are
That's
technically enemies.
Yep.
fair. I mean, it would be very confusing.
Oh yeah.
if
To make
they
another
are.
reference to another fucking ego. If you guys can figure out which one that this one is, then bonus points. But the company logo is for a company by the name of Amrita, like AMRITA.
I know that one. That's a Silent Monk.
There you go.
Ooh.
Okay, never mind.
So, if you can draw any conclusions, because I kind of like to throw like theming that fits the those things, because
Yeah.
you can see a thing. For example, if you see nothing there and it's supposed to reference something, you're like, oh shit, we're dealing with some the thing bullshit.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Like, yeah. So,
Oh,
but yes,
I mean,
Amarina would be the
In
name.
character,
of
I
this.
know I know jack shit about Buddhist mythology in character, but out of character.
I mean, I can tell you, it doesn't necessarily spoil
Yeah.
too much, really, to be honest with you. So,
Why do you know so much
if you
about
Google
Buddhist
Google Amrita, it's actually a god, I think,
Yeah.
about undying, like undeath, like
Kind of.
unkillable. I believe that's
I see.
basically what it is.
Interesting.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, they're trying to create the fountain of youth. Oh no.
Those
Um,
bastards.
Oh yeah, it's
Question.
Sanskrit for immortality. That's what it is,
Kind of.
and that I'd say maybe foreshadow, but you'll never fucking guess that. You'll never guess it. There's a reasoning for it though. So relevant to mention.
What's on the receptionist computer?
On the computer, Similar to what who had bumped into, really. It's also just mostly employee logs and whatnot, you know, time clocks and all that other stuff. They don't have health insurance, so you don't have to worry about any of that shit. There's nothing like that.
Oh, thank God.
Does it look like anyone's clocked in at the moment or anything like that?
There is nothing. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should go with that. Maybe, yeah. I will say the lead chemist, another chemist, is clocked in, and that's really all that you have on the roster right there. Two people are clocked in.
Noted.
Just 2 chemists.
Mm-hmm. The rest are not clocked in.
I see. Have they been here today? Like, does it look like they came and left, or?
There's no clock
they
out.
just showed up?
Yeah,
There's only a punch in.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So they're on the clock.
Potentially in the
Correct.
building somewhere.
Noted.
They're indeed at work, guys.
Is there like a map on the computer or anything?
Yeah.
Or, like,
I would say there's just literally like a building map that you can see about where generally things are. Just on the wall would make sense in something
just
like this.
right behind the receptionist.
Right. No, but like, you know how like a lot of different buildings, like they have like a floor plan that you can see, and then it shows like you go to the mall, for example, and it has something. It'd be like that.
Is there like a lab or a records room or anything like that on there?
Correct, on the basement floor underneath you, but you would need to move and press on into the rooms behind to be able to see a staircase that leads anywhere. Up above would be director offices and anything of that sort.
Okay, Lua will communicate the number of employees punched in to everyone, just so they know that there's at least 2 other people in here, most likely.
It's okay.
And we should probably check the records area. That's probably where we'd have some sort of information on their experiments.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also curious where the actual chemistry area would be, where they'd be working.
Probably near
Presumably
the
underground, because there is a lab down there. There's a research office down there as well.
So we can lock them in there.
And there's a cold storage down there.
Mm.
But yes,
I
would say too, by the way, as a note, like while this is going on, Nina's kind of just pacing in the lobby, looking around aloof. So
she's kind of just
she's not giving a shit about what you guys are doing, like genuinely too.
Yeah. Should I hand the log off to her?
She wouldn't give a fuck unless it's something that's relevant afterwards. But
yeah. I mean,
they'll get the information from you. They'll scrub whatever they need.
Yeah.
But
I mean, hearing about the records room, it's like
that's probably important.
Yeah. I mean, you know, directors usually keep the juiciest stuff to themselves.
True.
That might just be me, though.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
You want to go upstairs or into the downstairs? Because I'm going to say that you're in the room behind, and there's still nothing going on. You don't see anybody. You don't hear anything.
Yeah.
The fucking building is just a ghost town right now.
Yeah.
But again,
Is
you have a
there any
downstairs.
other way out of the downstairs on the map? Or is it just the one way?
There is no other way. They would have to go up through that staircase that you see, at least from anything that is showing on the map.
The thing is,
can we put a temporary blockade there while we go upstairs, so if anybody's in, they can't leave?
A blockade, or you could leave a certain particular bouncer-esque character
That
down
is
there.
also true.
well, if the lab and archives and stuff are down there, we're probably going to need to be there for information.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking like a permanent thing, just something to keep people down there from leaving. Well, they would just take out at the front.
I mean, you can try to do a temporary barricade, maybe shove a door, like a chair under the door or something like that. How do you want to go about that?
But it would also be way better just to leave the bouncer.
Or funnier thing as well too, break the fucking door handle. But then again, that doesn't fucking fix the inside door handle, does it?
Yeah. Then we wouldn't be able to get in.
True. Do you want to inspect the door then, where I can just come up with something on the fly, and then you can try to look at the mechanisms to see if there's something that you can lock it with?
You know what? Sure.
All right, fair enough. It's some more. I'm gonna say it's some more steel slide doors.
Curses.
Lua,
what weakness?
Here's the funny part. You have just opened up that panel from outside easily enough, right?
Yeah.
You're aware enough of the internal mechanisms on how these things work where you can pull a couple of wires on that thing and completely fry the device so that the electronics don't work. It might pose an issue for you to open the door afterwards, but...
Is there any way to just, like...
to like pull power from it, maybe, so that you can revisit it. Something of that sort.
Basically. Or like possibly just unplug a few things rather than like.
You can try it, but you're not 100% sure if it would affect the device on the other side. Usually, with these sorts of mechanisms, though, from your awareness, they tend to be tied to the same. I wouldn't say breaker, but circuit.
Yeah. Okay.
The circuit wouldn't be from the actual box itself, though. It would be somewhere probably nearby in another box.
Can he just go through the door, go to the other side, fiddle with the thing on there, and have the others let him back through?
I mean, yeah.
That
if you kept the door open, yeah.
Yeah. Well, just gonna mess with the panel again.
I'm not gonna have you roll for anything because you already succeeded before with the Spectrum device to be able to get through it. So I'm just gonna assume that you're good enough to go through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not near the stairs anyway, so like, let's just start moving through some of these doors regardless.
All right, cool. So
Oh,
you
this
go
is like
through
closing
there,
the
you
basement
pluck a fucking fuse or something. We'll say you pocket it, and now that whole entire device on that side isn't working, and you guys would be able to easily just turn the device on to be able to open the door afterwards, and you're aware that that side on your side works perfectly fine. Their side, not so much.
Swag.
Got you. Alright.
I hope this doesn't come to bite us in the ass.
Right? That would be a pain in the butt, wouldn't it? Anywho, that being said, though, you also can tell these doors aren't like some kind of like crazy fucking like military hermetically sealed doors or anything like that, by the way. Theoretically, they can be opened with enough force. It's just slide locking doors. It's not on a hinge. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Surely with 3 people we could roll high enough to open them.
Sure.
Yeah. Well,
To be honest, Luna can probably just roll high enough. Just naturally.
She just kicks it. Ka-goom! Anyway. Alright, cool. So you're gonna check the upstairs then, I assume, yes?
yeah.
Alright, cool. You meander your way up to the director's office. Nina is still vibing downstairs around the atrium. She doesn't really care to follow you too much. She's seemingly in her own world, just looking around at things, the computer, records, and stuff like that, trying to get a feel for everywhere that you guys have been. But you've noticed also that she is certainly following you guys, right? Because like she could have just waltzed into the next room and not given a fuck.
Yeah.
But
yeah, she could have. She's
still with some respect to what you guys are
judging
doing.
our. She is in fact judging our performance.
I'm imagining her hands and stuff like that. Like she actually is just like has her hands behind her back. She's just kind of like, you know, the walking that you do casually, where you just kind of like kick a foot out and then you just let it drop to the floor afterwards, like that sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she's
Like
just basically
slowly
doing
marching.
that while like looking up at the ceiling, the architecture, the walls,
She's
looking
leisurely.
around,
Yeah.
scanning shit.
Yeah. She's just very slowly walking,
Yup. Alright, so, the office, again, you have another one of them fucking doors, so I assume you're gonna want to try your Spectrum device for this?
Yeppers.
Alright, cool. Nothing special about it, still the same shit. You can break it easily enough. It's all the same kind of shit, it's just same passwordedly locked doors, just different permissions and whatnot. Doesn't matter, though, you got a hacking device.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Thank God we have one of those.
right? Very similar setup
Man.
to the secretary and the secretary's office downstairs as well too. You got your filing cabinets, you got your PCs and whatnot though, and
Woo,
all
filing
of that fun
cabinets!
shit. So this director basically is running the whole entire place, from what you can infer anyway.
Awesome.
Yeah. Does there happen to be any hidden wall safes in here?
None that you can really tell, but I mean you can look around. He has a bookshelf in here though. It's a seemingly regular,
shit, he
it's
has
a
a bookshelf.
seemingly normal bookshelf though. There's like nothing that you can see behind it. There's no breeze if you were to lean up against it, right? You know, those kind of usual tells, no hinge, no... I mean, I guess you can fuck with the books to see if they're normal books.
I'll just start taking
I
out
mean,
every book.
I want to see what his reading habits are.
Yeah, so it's the first book that he
Yeah.
pulls out. It's actually just, fuck.
Evil organizations
What's
for dummies.
it's the
the
sister.
Silmarillion.
It's the sister. Yeah, the Silmarillion. No, it's the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Damn.
Yeah.
He has shit taste.
Beautiful. Yeah, if you go ahead and you look around in the filing cabinets, I'm assuming it's the same thing. You're rifling through the cabinets and then the PC, right?
Pretty much.
You wouldn't find a
Yep.
login to the PC if you were to look around here, though. It's not the same kind of a thing to get into the PC. However, the actual documents that are in here, rather than like a straight up larger filing cabinet, it's like a smaller one, right? And within it actually is a little bit of a safe area, if you can find a way to get yourself inside of it. That is, so there's a safe.
Yo, Al, we got a safe.
Oh, a safe, eh?
Money!
I mean, probably, but hey,
Ultimate
who knows? Maybe
motivation,
there's some,
money.
unironically, I have a drive that's literally just gotta chase that cat.
Yep. And this one, sadly, Lua, is mechanical in nature.
Aha,
so-
time to get my locksmith's tools. I knew
mean,
these
look
would come in handy.
Lou
Yeah,
will
in
just
the
be
worst
using
case,
the sound device on
we
the
just
PC,
shoot it.
so...
Yep. So it gives you advantage on being able to do that. I would consider this either a sharp or a cold. If you want to throw a cold on it, I'll allow it.
I'd probably
Yeah,
say
I'll toss
cold
cold at
mechanical
it. Just because if it's like a dial safe, then it'd probably be like. I'd probably pull out like a stethoscope. I'd
Right.
like
It's a
slowly
logic
turn the
puzzle.
dial.
Yeah,
really
just
quick.
comedically puts
Yeah.
a stethoscope on the end of it too. This is canon.
Yeah.
This is what's happening. You don't even know where he got the stethoscope
I
from.
wonder
He
if I
just
can-
got it.
He just has it. I
He
don't.
just
Yeah, I
uses
mean,
his
hey.
phone.
You never know when you need to open a safe.
Yeah,
Locksmith's tools are
exactly.
very-
He just has tools specifically for safes.
Yep. Hey, locksmith's tools have to be very varied. You know.
Indeed, absolutely. Can I help out, Al?
Yeah, it's just one advantage. A roll.
Go. He's probably got it then.
26. That's pretty good.
Yeah, 26 is good enough for you to play around with it. You struggle for a little while. You could have sworn that you had it the first time around, but luckily, when you go through it a second time, you get a good, distinct clicking sound. Right when you punch in the last digit.
Nice.
And I don't even know if it's a digit, but you know what I mean. It clicks
It's
open.
probably a.
Yeah,
yeah,
I know what you mean. It opens. Haha.
It opens.
I knew
Inside
it
of
was
it
one of those-
is a
one of
documents
those-
book, or a document folder,
Ooh.
rather.
Documents.
There's probably
Indeed.
some juicy stuff in
Some
here. I'm probably
juicy
just gonna
top secret
start, like,
documents.
flipping
It's
through it.
actually just porn.
Actually? Ugh.
It's like an
he's like,
18
ah, yes.
magazine.
Yep, he's like, ah, yes, juice. Opens it up. Oh!
Damn.
It's some
can't believe
weird
this.
shit too.
Theory of
It-
plate
it's-
tectonics.
it's-
What the fuck? Yep.
Anyway,
Mhm.
so I guess slowly like skimming through these documents. Anything jump out at me much or not really?
It's gonna be project notes, primarily about researching on Zeal and the Wasteland, in specific.
Oh.
Mm,
The
That's very
wasteland.
bad.
It doesn't necessarily. It's saying that they don't really have any particular groundbreaking anything on it quite yet, and that they're reporting to somebody else. It's a letter, a memo, that's copied like an email
Interesting.
sort of a thing, right? About how
Gotcha.
they're continuing their research on such a thing, but they don't have anything particularly groundbreaking yet. But they feel like they're right on
Hey,
the
you-
cusp of
yeah.
something.
was
Okay,
actually-
you
Hey,
guys
you-
are dead.
Yep.
What's up?
No,
Sorry.
you go.
Yeah, you go.
No, you can go first. I don't mind.
I was just saying, these guys are dead.
They might be. They might be. But continue, Corb.
I was actually gonna ask, so this kind of ties into that. While Nina's like, because I'd imagine Nina's trailing behind pretty slowly, right?
Yep.
Like she's not really.
She's not in the room.
Um,
We're paying attention.
Yeah. While she's not in the room, Lou is gonna check one of his pocket watches. Are there any weird readings around here?
Nope. Absolutely
Okay.
nothing. Fuck all.
Fuck all. All right, good to
Fuck
know.
all.
Puts it back. He's
Mhm.
gonna put that back before Nina can get a look.
All right, fair enough. All right, so that being said, yeah, you have enough evidence to, that they're definitely investigating Seal. You just don't know what.
Yeah.
So
Was there?
You can only infer
even
that the
anything
only
in
thing
the,
remaining would probably be down below, if anything else. But
I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Was
It
there a way
might
to get into that
behoove you.
computer?
Again, you're stuck
It
on a
might
login,
be.
and you can't really find anything for login.
I
If
was
you want to
gonna say,
continue to
yeah,
fuck
that's
with it,
right.
you can, but
that was gonna be my next question. But if we
Hmm.
don't really have a login, then we might as well just check downstairs.
But that being said,
Yeah.
you also might
Yeah.
want to report that as well. It may behoove you to
Yeah.
bring that one up to the arbiter in the
Yeah.
room, if you will.
Yeah.
Well, oh, they are
Probably
here.
hand that to
Okay.
her on our way
They're
back.
outside.
Yeah.
They're
Okay,
not in
right.
the room.
She's slowly
I was
walking
probably
up the
gonna be
stairs,
like-
probably, at this
Yeah.
point.
Just
Yeah.
like
as
on the
you
way
as
down,
you
I was
round the
gonna be
corner
like,
because you all look like you're interested to say something. She's just
we might have found something that'll pique your interest. And I'll just quote unquote toss the book at them, but I'll just like hand it to them.
All right. Well, she's going to grab it, take a look at it.
They're definitely doing something of a variety of.
I do believe that's very illegal.
It would appear so. Unfortunately, I need to know more on the matter. Shall we go downstairs?
I suppose so.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nowhere
There's
else
work
to
to be
enter
done.
but hell.
Fair enough. Alrighty. So you are going to step into the downstairs, and beyond that door, I didn't describe it, but it's just like a decent... I don't know how long I would say the hallway is, maybe 10 or 15 feet, right? With a door off to the side, presumably to the cold storage, and then down on the far right side would be what you know leads into the lab.
By the way, Lou's gonna put the fuse back in once we pass through that door, just so we can get out if we need to.
Alright, fair enough. It would make the
Yeah,
door
that's fair.
function perfectly fine in doing so. You test
It
it,
is.
and everything works. Okay.
Probably leave someone out there to be sure that they don't walk by if we don't see anybody in here.
Perhaps Luna.
I mean, we have
Yeah.
a bodyguard.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
Bounce.
We just leave the bodyguard.
Perhaps a very
We have-
angry 5-foot-tall girl with a big sweater.
Yeah,
Indeed.
we have the bouncer trademark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, the one that
got
punched
this
a
shit.
monstrosity in the jaw and knocked him on his ass.
Basically.
Yup.
I do love how we
Fantastic.
basically surprise rounded that guy to death.
Yeah,
Basically, yeah.
pretty
that
much.
was
Well, I
pretty
didn't
fun.
want to throw you into a clash for it, because it's
Yeah.
going to take more time
Oh,
to go
yeah.
through it, and you would have fucking won it anyway, and frankly, I didn't write
Yeah,
anything
it's
up for it.
it's fair.
I didn't write
It's-
anything
he
up
was
for
an-
antes or stats, so
Yeah.
that was the
But
other
Yeah.
reason.
don't worry.
It's a generic
Fox, it makes
monster.
Yep.
It makes total sense, Fox. He was an unstable monstrosity. They have vulnerability to guns.
True.
Duh.
Also, I do want to, for some of the more important encounters anyway, later on down the line, do an atypical sort of clash as well. Just because I think it'll be
That's
more
fair.
engaging. I'll have to figure out
Yeah,
how I want
that's
to go
fair.
about it, but
Yeah.
I feel like giving scenarios
Okay.
where you guys are like, I'm gonna do this thing, will be... I just think that it'll be more interesting than throwing you directly into a
Yeah.
clash every time, because clashes just take a lot of time to
Yeah.
do. Like, they're fun,
That's
Yeah.
but
fair,
yeah.
Yeah.
Me when I
Anyway.
can't use black tack bomb, frowny face.
Me when I can't struggle.
You
Yeah.
mean I can't take aim so that I can immediately use the gunshot precise
God.
shot? Damn.
Yeah, just blow everything up. Yeah, pretty much.
Man,
By the way,
to me-
he's also he filled the duster role, so it's pretty great.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yup.
Yeah. Nice.
So,
That's
Yeah.
why he has a revolver at all. Originally, he was just gonna have a sword.
Which everybody
Yeah.
kind of
But
threw
I
out
also
what
was
their
like-
class was at the beginning anyway, so like it's
Yeah.
not like it says
Yeah.
anything about him. But yeah, he's a duster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think calculated
his,
you also did
I'm
as well.
Calculating.
Yeah, calculating duster. They fit
Ooh,
hand in hand. We talked
interesting.
about this originally when we saw it anyway. I was like, dude, those two just mix really
Yeah.
well. Because you just
Yeah.
manipulate
Oh my God,
things
yeah.
into ones and just do fuck all damage, like shitloads of damage to people and burn everything. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's also
Pretty
yeah. It's also really funny because I'm also calculating, but I'm a suit, and I basically have the same like. We have similar characters, except I have a dagger and he has a sword.
Pretty much, yeah,
I chop
honestly.
people to death.
Except he's
He
just
doesn't even use
more
the sword,
business.
though.
Yeah, he's just more directly like just dealing with what he needs to with fixer work and getting his hands dirty.
Yeah.
Whereas Al doesn't really
Yeah.
get his hands dirty unless it's inside of rubble to dig up riches to sell for money.
Yeah.
The sword's there
Okay.
for a reason. He just doesn't use it.
Fair enough.
He just doesn't have a reason.
Mhm.
Yeah. He can use both. He just doesn't.
Which is
Yeah,
an interesting note as well. But yeah, so I assume that you're gonna make your way off into the lab then?
Yep.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, when you enter the lab, they're not pleased that you're in there, and you're gonna wind up bumping into 2 chemists and presumably 2 bodyguards that are with them as well. They don't seem to be affiliated. They don't have the same kind of, they don't seem to have the same uniforms and whatnot, so preferably maybe hired help fixers, perhaps. You don't recognize them. Nobody here recognizes them. Any of the faces in this room whatsoever. Nobody recognizes you. They just know that you're here, and they're not happy that you're here. And that's kind of the end of it. And you said that you left Luna at the staircase too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, let's work with that then. All right. So I'm throwing you into a clash at this point because now you need to fight some motherfuckers. What do we want for a Library of Ruina battle theme? Any preferences?
Particularly.
Hawkma? Fuck it, Hawkma.
Hawkma. Oh god, Hawkma! Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Either that or Pina. Because it's like...
I mean, Bina, I feel like would be
Arbiter.
fitting. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
Arbiter.
we do have an Arbiter just there, chilling.
Yep.
you
She's
know,
not doing
clearly.
anything, but she's there.
She's our boombox.
Yeah,
She's just
our
radiating the
boombox.
Bina theme.
Yep.
Fox, what do you... Also, Fox, a clash, what do you mean? We're just extra hired help. Yeah, okay, never mind. Slow. We're gonna go
Rolls
through.
persuasion.
Right.
So, Fox,
I mean,
Yes.
They probably tried the door.
question about Nina. Is she, like, with us right now?
She's kind of just sitting behind. They don't actually see her. You kind of lost track of her a little bit because she didn't follow you in.
Okay.
She would do fear damage by being here, so she's too powerful.
She would.
Yeah.
Well, the
just
funny
too
thing is I also
Yeah.
just kind of realized I feel like if she were in that room, everybody there would kind of just be like, oh, God! But it wouldn't
Yeah.
matter at that
Yeah.
point anyway. So, in order to keep
Yeah.
things consistent on you being able to be in this clash, without an Arbiter launching a
you gotta-
pillar at 4 people at once, that would have to be the
You
deal.
gotta increase the stakes.
Okay.
Yeah. We have to have
Alright.
actual stakes.
But you
Damn,
know that this
humanity.
is your job anyway to do this as it is, so it
Yeah.
wouldn't really matter too
Yeah.
terribly much. You're literally being told to do the thing you're doing.
I'm mostly asking for
alright.
how inconspicuous Lou is going to try and be about the whole Zeal thing.
But you
Yeah.
can use your pocket watch, and you feel that you would be fine to be able to use it if that's the question.
Okay, yeah. Swag.
It shouldn't affect your combat
Nice.
capabilities during this,
What am I
for
rolling?
the sake of
just to make sure?
consistency.
Just
Um,
any one of the 4 stats.
Whatever your initial
Yeah.
roll approach is that you want to use, remember that in
Yeah.
order to use a particular ante, you need to roll a specific attribute for it. So whatever you
If I-
probably
Yeah.
plan on
If
using
I
for
remember-
antes, use that.
If I remember correctly, we have to start off with a physical stat, so sharp or blunt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it has to... Fuck, why the hell did I think I could roll with cold? Never mind.
that's fine.
I think you can follow it afterwards, but also remember you can later when you get that level 3 ability, the next
do
time you
sharpen.
level up Morshu, you can just start with cold, I believe, as a suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll be able to like later, just because that's like an ending.
Oh shit! I forgot to grab that in
Okay.
the trunk. You're right. Fuck.
Anyway, let me
Will you be
re-roll
sharpened?
that now that I'm rolling sharp.
Damn, I didn't roll that great for this.
And I think these all do force. Chelsea, you can still
6,
join, by the
5,
way.
2.
Oh, damn it!
My sister just
13.
walked in the door. You might have a last
Total
minute help.
13.
You might have a
Let's
last
go.
minute assist from Luna.
Oh yeah.
Oh, based.
Okay, they are all 4s. Good to know. Can you grab more than
That
one
is
dice from the bag at once? Oh, I just threw
yeah.
one at everybody.
Kind of.
Whoopsie. Everybody throw your dice over
If
here.
you
Sorry.
right click. Actually, no, you just can't.
Huh?
You
Yeah,
can't.
you have to hold.
You have to manually pull it
yeah,
all
you
out.
can. You have to. You can pull one out, and then you can hover over the bag and spam click.
No, I just tried that. It doesn't.
Spam right click.
Oh, it doesn't work on
It'll
those
toss the
ones.
bag. It does. It'll toss the
Yeah.
bag everywhere though. But that's probably just because my lift type is whack.
It probably just doesn't work in the fucking pocket area.
Oh, it probably doesn't work in the.
Yeah, it doesn't work in the secret zone.
Yeah, it doesn't work in the. For some reason. Oh. So I rolled pretty mid.
Yeah,
Actually,
not
hold
the
on a second.
worst ever.
Hold on. What does everyone have?
I have 13 on me.
No, yeah, it's just I was looking at like the dice specifically.
Oh yeah, for the nobody rolled a 1.
Yeah, no one rolled a 1. That's all I needed. All I
Unfortunately.
needed was a 1. Yeah.
Do I have any
that's
telegraphs I need to
strength, though.
use? I need to read these real quick.
Let's see, how does that work?
Actually, none of these guys have telegraphs, I just realized.
Oh,
Alright, cool.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Right, I think we should work on taking out those bodyguards first, maybe. Or just... Or, I don't know, maybe the guys with less health, probably. That would probably
The
be
guys
good.
with less health are the Amrita chemists, and then I named him Hired Fixer for the 40.
Yeah.
The Hired Fixers will function very similar to those guys. Do you remember that I had you fight in the last segment where I had them... Because I think it's relevant to mention. Is Underdog... Okay, yeah. So, for every one that's on any one of the Hired Fixers that they have, for any one of those ones, they deal 3 damage to a target. You remember when I did that thing?
I just had a dice in my fucking inventory. Where do I put? I'm just getting rid of this.
Just drop.
It's a black dice, so...
The thing is, though, if they're
Just,
dead, then it doesn't matter anyway. But yeah, basically I have it there, and then I gave them the deflection where they can use ones to lower somebody else's rolls for things.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
those are the guys
Man,
that I
it's-
did as
it's-
like a funny countermeasure.
Yeah, man, it's a good thing I bought body armor.
Okay. Do we have any preference on who goes first?
No, I've got a shit ton of them.
Could I perchance go then?
Go ahead. To be honest, my entire turn was just going to be struggle 3 times.
All right.
I have one.
I'm gonna start off strong with a don't tell me the odds. So how many? What are we feeling? Highs or what are we feeling, gang? Highs, lows, odds, evens.
Low odds.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one of those two? Do we want to go odds or evens?
Both. Oh, I was gonna say both low.
Yeah.
I'll go 1, 3, or 5 is what I'm going to get on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Damn.
6.
That is
Damn.
woof.
That is
Well, I still get to keep the
That's
6, so
not-
that's still nice for me. But
Yep.
I
That's not
do
bad.
I do take 5 damage.
Mhm.
Plus
Yeah,
3 actually, so
unfortunately.
I take 8 damage.
Yup.
Yeah, jeez.
I'm sorry.
It's fine, honestly, because that gives me a free 6. Which I'm going to use to black tech bomb.
I just
Watch you
put my
go.
health in this funny red thing in case
So,
that matters.
2, 5,
No, yeah, that
2,
helps.
1, 5, 5, 3, 2, 5, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3. So amount of damage taken here is 6 to this guy,
Mm-hmm.
Thank God we have our AoE special.
and then 12 to this guy. 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, and then I think 6 to this guy as well now.
Yeah, 6 to that guy.
Yeah. Thank God we have
Anyways.
our AoE.
How'd y'all like that? Want to see me do it again?
Want to see me do it again?
I will use this 2 and this 4 to once again black tech bomb. So we have that 4, 2, 4, 1.
Man,
Or-
Black Tech Bomb is really strong when they still have dice.
1, 2. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And now for damage, we have 12 on this guy, so we have 6 on this guy, 6 on this guy, and then 18 on this guy.
Hold on.
so-
So he's just at
Okay.
10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can almost, but not quite kill him.
Hmm.
and then just for my last dice, let's go with What can I really do with it? Let's go with just a quick trickster, which deals 5 damage to one opponent of my choice. I'll whittle this guy down a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dice is returned to me, and I will just put it back into Black Deck Bomb to go up to 3 charges to get rid of it.
Alrighty.
And that is
the
my
end of that
turn.
round. Fantastic. Alright, cool. So
Alright.
I'm gonna say this ante out loud because it's just really funny to me. But first I'm gonna use
sounds good.
these 2 4s to a charge 8 ability to use a skill called Experimental Tech Bomb.
Oh no!
Oh god. Oh no.
Deal 10 damage to all enemies. Ante can only activate once per turn. So to
Oh
not make
my
it super
God.
Oh,
busted. To not make it
good.
super busted,
Yeah.
I just put a limiter on it. So there you go. You have been hit with
That's
a
fair.
tech bomb for 10 damage. This is now
Ow.
burned. And
Yeah.
then these other 2 are going to be used for the other ante that they have called Serum K, which is input plus 2 damage gets healed. So that's going to be 5
healing.
healing on this motherfucker. There you go.
Oh god, they have healing.
Mhm.
Oh, no.
Do
They
they
don't really
actually?
have
Do
any,
they actually literally have singularities? Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
I just turned this into a health bar because I didn't have anything better to do with it.
That's
yeah,
fair.
no, that's what you use it for. Yeah.
Yep, that's what we
That's what
use
we
all
could
of
do.
these counters for.
Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if this one was a charge counter. But
Now,
Technically,
Now,
you're
do
supposed
you
to
wanna
make a
go
clock,
first,
to be
or-
honest with you. Technically,
Yeah.
you're supposed to do
Yeah.
like that, but oh god, that is why is
Yeah,
that so
it's-
small? I mean, why is that so big? Can I make the
Making
size of
progress.
it bigger? I must be able to
I just,
make
Yeah.
it smaller, right? Good lord.
yeah, it's just
Probably.
annoying to draw because the pen can only be so small.
Yep.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, technically you're supposed to do like something like that, but.
I just
Yeah,
use
it's just
this
easier with the
counter
dollar.
here.
Mhm.
I just forgot
I'm
what
just-
struggle
just-
specifically did.
Yeah. It's just input damage. That's it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, then I can totally kill that guy.
Yeah. I mean, hey, do you want to go or should I go?
I mean, I can go.
Go ahead. I don't have any antes. Funny enough, my turn is entirely.
Mhm. I've never seen the Duster go,
Yep.
so it is interesting for me to learn anyway. I pretty much know how everybody else's shit works. I mean, we know what Lua's doing anytime
Yeah.
we get a Lua around.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Black Tech Bomb.
Mhm.
Yeah. I was going to use Take Aim to set these off as readied, and then just use them to deal the max damage that it can.
Mhm.
It's
And that's the
not
other
bad.
thing too, by the
Sense.
way, as well, Corb, that I want to do with like later encounters. I'm just gonna make like specific enemies just have a skill where it doesn't reduce their value, so you'd still get it on certain enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
That's what the goal is that I want to do.
I mean,
I don't know what I'm
yeah.
gonna call it. Like maybe I don't know. Lead armor plating or something. Maybe it can be the name of the skill where it's supposed to just fucking
Yeah.
prevent against
Well-
shrapnel. I don't fucking know.
Or you could just be goofy and just
Hmm.
say it's called the sure future. You
Yes.
can't change that
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Determined.
thing.
But yeah, I use Take Aim to ready my 6 and my 2,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
which is the starter for a precise shot,
Mm-hmm.
which deals damage equal to the total value of Take Aim, up to a maximum of 8.
So 8
Not
damage.
bad. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so 8
Yeah.
damage.
Who are you
To
gonna do
what,
your
this
damage?
This guy.
All right.
Pretty much take
Good.
him out.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Two.
just struggle with this last one to kill him.
Cool. All right. You're probably
Yeah,
that's
not
probably
wrong.
one of the best things you could have done, to be honest with you. Because remember, these guys on the end when they
Yeah.
start their rounds do 3 damage, which I'm probably
Yeah.
going to
Ooh.
use the
Yeah.
the fixer with the most health right now, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But maybe
much all I
not.
could
Maybe
really do
not.
that
He'll probably he has the highest likelihood to still be around after. So maybe I use the other chemist.
I don't know. What do you feel like?
Who knows? Anyway, that's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fair.
I'm gonna do a 3 and a 1 to heal 6 health then. To probably this chemist, actually. And then these 2 are just gonna wind up being used for a struggle for 7 damage to... Who do I want to smack? Also, you have, I think, 30 health now, Morshu, because you got the 5 stamina for, whatchamacallit.
Yeah, but it took 10 damage.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You took 10 damage. Right. Never mind. So you're 35. Yeah, right. I'm going to smack you in the mouth. How about that? You take 7 damage.
Oh, well, fuck. Sorry
hell,
for...
Gatucci.
You angered
I'll
the
take that.
DM. Next.
Right. Damn, bro, sorry.
Right. In fact, you know what? You're going to roll a death save now, motherfucker. No.
Oh no.
Hold on, go pull up the Darkest Dungeon death dice.
Right?
Yeah. Anyway. Alright, guys, it's my turn. Can you tell what it's gonna be about?
Mm-hmm.
Struggle.
I love
I'll proceed to
struggle.
struggle. I'll deal 12 damage
Oh yeah, I should probably
against this goon. Why not?
Oh, that is a
Anyway,
So
I
that's
can
like
lower that.
15.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's like he's at 15 health now, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, he's at 15 health.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay,
Sick.
why is this pen so large?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Pens usually are just that large in tabletop.
All right. So
And I
this
don't know how
guy
to
starts
lower it.
his round with 3 ones. That's 3 instances of 3 damage. I don't want to bully anybody in particular. I'm going to hit Lua with 1 of them and then 2 to Who. So you take 6 damage, Who. Lua takes 3.
Yep.
What abilities do I have with higher
Ow.
fixture? Underdog, deflection, take this, and you're
Oh yeah,
open.
text. Duh.
I'm just gonna let y'all know because I have my health hidden. Lou is not looking so great right now. The shit hurted in.
Yeah, to be honest, Al's not doing that well either, to be honest.
And then
Go.
there's Camilla over here with the 40.
Yeah, that is true.
That's Luna, not Camilla.
Oh,
But
Luna.
yeah, I understand what you mean.
I mixed up who was pink. I thought Camilla was usually pink.
Yeah, Camilla's white. Luna was usually pink.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. If
Oh,
I
I see.
recall, I believe deflect literally is I can ready a dice with this character, and it gets burned at the end of the entire combat round, right? But
Ooh.
at any
Yeah.
point in time, I
Okay.
can replace this one with somebody else's value when they're doing things. That's what the ready is for, and that's how deflect works.
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna do that. Struggle for the remaining 2 for 2 damage, and then this instance is actually going to become 5 damage because I'm going to use the starter attack they have, which is input +1. So 5 damage, and then 2 instances of 1. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Just to add a little bit of pressure, because it's funny. The 5 is going to hit you, Kyle, and then the other 2 I'm going to hit Lua with.
How?
Interesting.
I need to add pressure somehow, so there we go.
Indeed.
Oh god.
No, that's fine. Oh, save that one. Or
Oh, yeah, you're
well,
right.
yeah, I guess we'll
You're
just
right.
remember
I'll leave
and
it
save
here
the one.
as you do whatever. So after this next round, it's another initial roll. So that's when Al Gatucci
Mhm,
gets to
watch
do the
it.
first round.
Yep.
Let's go. I get my additional dice because I'm now using a
Oh
card.
wait, hold on. I just realized that was 4 moves, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Huh?
Because all of you guys have gone.
Mhm.
Except for Morshu.
Yeah.
He's not gone yet.
I
Okay.
did.
How much
I
you
struggled 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So-
you did.
So that's what I'm saying. That's a useless skill for me to use deflect right now. Doesn't matter because it goes away.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, ready dice stay until next one, no?
If we want to play it that way, you can. I think
I'm
it's supposed to
pretty
go
sure
away
that's
at
how
the
it
end of the
works.
round when you initial roll again. But if you guys are down
pretty
with it
sure that's
staying
supposed
there,
to,
then
yeah.
go for it. Because I just realized he was the
Oh,
last
that's-
To
guy
be
to go.
honest, I have no.
It could also just be
maybe-
enemy
maybe.
exclusive.
I don't know. Oof. Anyway, new initial roll, new stat, baby. Time to use cold.
Oh, new initial roll just dropped.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'd like to go first again, if only because Black Tech Bomb is usually stronger upon before any enemy can use their
Let's
shit.
see.
Oh, what the fuck?
And then
Actually-
you can have fucking Morshu clean up.
Hey, actually,
Yeah.
I might request to go first.
You guys can also roll with each other too if you wanna leave it up to a roll of the
Yeah.
dice. Roll
Yeah.
for
Hold on,
initiative.
I have to see what who rolls, and then I might
my
want
brain's
to go
trying to-
first.
My brain for some reason is like, wait, do I keep the old ones too, or
No.
is it just like flat and new? Yeah, it's just a flat new roll.
It's
Okay,
just
we've all
straight up
rolled, I
let me
think.
roll.
Not me.
No.
I
Oh,
considered
yeah.
throwing in a mini boss with this, by the way, guys. Remember that.
Darn.
God, you're right. Damn
That
it,
is
you've
not-
gotta be.
Well, the thing is, I don't want
Yeah.
to overdo bosses. I feel like bosses are just a longer version of these, which can
Yeah.
get boring very quickly unless I have good mechanics with it.
Yeah,
So I was like,
no,
you know
you're
what?
fine.
I'll wait until like another session or two before I do the next boss.
I don't know. I'm feeling the
Okay.
pressure. The shower did
Well,
it.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Which is
yeah,
good. I'm
you
glad
can,
that I finally have this down to enough of a science where it's like, all right, cool, we
Oh.
have trading going on here.
Alrighty,
Yeah.
that's actually
No, I
useful.
didn't tell you what the stakes were for losing this, which I'll just default it to. You're gonna get 2 wounds if you fail it, but
Okay.
I think that there's a very good chance that you
mean-
guys will still win the clash regardless, even though Lou is not looking too hot.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Lua, you can go first if you want to. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna first, and
yeah.
I'm going to make what's probably going to be a mistake.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna take this 4.
Mhm.
Don't tell me the odds. We feeling high or low, gang?
Oh, this guy. Let's go with lows this time.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, or 3. I think it will be.
4.
Fucking hell. Okay.
Gotta be kidding.
Five
It's a
damage.
4 again.
Mhm.
Oh god. Ow.
Ow.
Anyone else have any 2? Actually, wait.
Okay.
I have a 2, but like I was waiting for a 3.
I'm gonna hit.
Yeah, that's also true. I can re-roll some of mine, my 2s.
I think it's only with the initial roll, isn't it? Or like with the first roll.
Equilibrium is when you start your
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So if
Oh,
I go
you
first,
also
I'll
have
use my 2s.
equilibrium? My guy.
Yeah, I also have yeah, of course I do. It's a good ante.
Oh,
My
Okay.
man.
I might also want to
Um,
bring up to attention as well. Remember, you have resistance boxes. If you want to re-roll it, you can. Just saying.
That is
We haven't
correct.
used a single resistance box the entire game so far. So
Yeah.
if you want to do
mean-
something funny, considering that you're low on health, if ever there was a time to burn a die and mark a resistance box, now would be the time.
Yeah.
Um,
I will open this equation. I will open this to anyone else, but you know, gambling seems pretty nice right about now, guys.
What do
Yeah.
resistance boxes do again?
They let you re-roll. I think it literally specifically is like an initial die too. So I think you could burn theoretically this one and then re-roll that other one.
Gotcha.
I think that's
I
valid
don't actually-
to do.
I don't actually
Yeah.
want to because I actually have a plan set up with what I've got.
Yeah.
currently.
Alright.
Yeah.
I think it's just you re-roll all your dice, and at the start of every D1, you get to add an additional one, or maybe I'm just.
Let me
like,
read it
oh,
really quickly because literally we haven't
Yeah.
used
Gonna
it, so
do
I
the
haven't
same.
had to refer to the book. But
Yeah.
let's look at resistances real quick. Clashes, keywords, input, struggle, resisting. In a clash,
Yeah.
you can get things can get dire. You'll be put in situations. Whenever you resist, you can do one of 2 things: prevent all damage dealt by your opponents for the duration of a round, or re-roll all of your dice. So all of it. Yes.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah. In
So
addition
you can
to-
prevent yourself from
yeah.
taking any damage proceeding forward.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
and then other than this, for every box you have that's sparked, you roll an extra die for each, like at the start of each initial roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna actually mark a resistance box in order to prevent damage for the rest of this turn. Because fucking ow,
Yep.
my boy is not doing great right now.
Yeah.
That's
So
fair.
I'm gonna go. I'll receive a wound. I'll just
Okay.
take one.
Okay.
Honestly, it kind of works too because you really got fucking beat up there.
You
Absolutely.
yeah, you good.
It fits. So I'm gonna burn this dice. And with that, I'm gonna put this 4 into bring up my charge all the way to the top. Black tech bomb. So 4, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay.
It's
Yeah,
6
so-
damage per.
It's
One,
6
right?
damage per
Per
one.
one.
Yeah.
So he's at 3 health. Good.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm gonna do it again. With these.
All right, cool. This
So-
guy's dead. Good to know.
Yeah.
He's very
Yeah.
dead.
Well, first let me lower all the dice.
I mean, he's definitely dying, this guy. But we'll see about the rest of this.
Yeah.
3, 4,
Mm-hmm.
1, 2.
But yeah, that's why I wanted to set this fight up the way that I did right there, and I worded it specifically like that, because they're doing a similar attack. At least a similar explosion to Lua. The mechanics are different, but
No,
I wanted to make that
that's
very
fair.
apparent to what's happening, and that isn't a canon in-universe thing. Also the serum as well, which you guys know out of character is a singularity, but...
In character, not so much.
Yeah. But yeah, done that, yeah, just gonna brace himself for impact.
And I can go next.
Well, we have to let...
wait, hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, after
Yep.
the guy's turn.
All good. Oh, wow, yeah, this is a close fucking fight, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna burn all of these to use an experimental tech bomb and then a struggle of 1. So the struggle of 1 is also going to hit Kyle, so that brings you to 5 stamina, Kyle. And then, yeah, 10 damage to all who is not Lua.
Yeah.
That's why I had to brace myself, because I knew that was coming. There was nothing I could do to prevent that.
Yeah. You know what?
It's okay.
Nah,
this
I'm
guy is
taking
not
the
going
reins
to
here.
act this turn. Because I can just kill him right now.
No, who? I mean, fair. I guess go ahead if you want to go, but like, I could end it.
Because
He
I have a
he
thing
can
that
actually
just
use
deals
his
1 or 2
antis too.
damage.
Why don't you guys roll against each other just for funnies?
Okay, fair.
I will totally allow it.
Damn. Highs or lows.
You know what? Give yourself advantage, just because I've already had my cool moment. I want to let your character have a cool moment,
Okay.
if possible.
That is true.
We'll see who rolls the highest.
Oh man, that was actually
Well,
really
yeah.
close.
That was very close, yeah. Alright, go do your thing.
Okay.
Go
Anyway,
kill.
with this one, I'm going to use Steel Flash, which means that I can deal the input damage and then re-roll this dice. This man's dead.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Nice.
4. And with that, I will ready. Oops. These and take aim and deal 8 damage to this guy. Let's see. And this one is not. Actually, is it exhaust? No, it's not exhaust. So I can just do it again. I can just.
And just because it's fitting, let's just do this real quick.
I can
Yeah.
Steel Flash the other guy again for another 2 damage.
Not bad. Is Steel Flash like specifically on a 2?
Yeah, it's a 1 or 2.
That's pretty good, actually. That's not bad.
Let's see, what else can I do here?
Oh
I don't
my god,
think
that's
I
so
can do that
good with
again.
careful planning.
Yeah, it is.
It's very. Do we? Hold on. What kind of antes and skills do you have from your fucking outlook? Or like from calculating? Because I have to know if I have the exact same.
I mean, I don't really. It's pretty. I kind of have like pretty similar from outlook for you because they're pretty fucking convenient, you know.
I mean, fair, not wrong. Because like I have polished equilibrium,
Let's see.
overpower, and careful planning.
I mean, I might as well just struggle to kill that guy. He's dead.
Yeah. Nice.
Well done, team.
Good job, guys.
Where's the? There it is. All right, cool. We gotta stick to old habits. So here you go.
Yeah.
What's everyone's HP count? I gotta know.
Mhm.
I'm at 4.
I'm at 8.
Oh my god.
Not the highest.
I was the healthiest.
I mean, if we rolled a bit better and could have gotten more dice to do more things, but you know,
I mean, yeah, it's whatever.
I think
it's fine.
that worked out exactly in my mind as I wanted it to go. Because like the thing
Oh,
is, ultimately too, like if it was too OP, I would have just eased up a little. So it wouldn't have really
Yeah.
added
yeah,
too
that
terribly
was-
much.
that was
It gave
good.
me the opportunity where like, because I kind of went mean with it too, and I was like, oh, I like where this is going. But you guys have never all been on like single fucking value health before like that.
No.
Yeah, no, that was good. I like that, especially because we didn't really use persistences that much.
Mm-hmm.
I
Alrighty,
probably could have
fantastic.
used
Yeah,
one,
no.
but I didn't.
Yeah, I like that. It's just I have a slow start. That's my one problem. I need to upgrade my
Yeah.
slash.
When you get your next
By the
level,
way-
you'll be fucking kicking ass though for sure.
Fuck.
Probably,
First of all, I will point out, Al already knows this, but Kyle, I will point out to you, Lua has a prosthetic eye, the one that's usually closed. He
Yeah.
switches which eye is open whenever he's fighting. Second of all, Fox, whenever the experimental tech bomb was used, did the readings change at all?
Yes.
Okay. So that was also like a Zeal usage.
Mm-hmm. Of some kind. You're unsure how though. You don't think that it was
Okay.
the same, that the
Okay.
same kind of like time manipulation thing that Lua does
Okay.
necessarily. But you know that
But
there's
there-
some funky shit that's going on with what they were using.
Okay.
In that combat encounter for you guys right there, by the way, I'll just summarize it as you clashed, they decided to fight, all of that fun stuff, right? You defend yourself, you get the mission done.
Gunshots,
In
sirens.
the fights, in the fight, you know, there's explosions, several of them, that went off from Lua's time bombs, you were, gunshots, all of that other shit. Al, you were using a gun too as well then, yeah? I would imagine in that?
Yeah.
Just, a lot of gunshots.
occasionally.
Mhm.
Yeah. Him struggling is probably most likely gonna be him just like walking up and stabbing people.
Mhm, yeah.
If I end
could
up
flavor
using like
Steel Flash
skills
the
or
one time he
antis,
used the sword.
Yep. All right, I'll describe it as this way
Yeah.
then to give him his moment of glory. I know I didn't quite do this with you guys though, but we'll say that he finished off the last two dudes with a clean shot to the face when you were like in pitched combat while they were paying attention to you. Like we're talking over the
Damn.
shoulder shots, like clean, very clean shots
bad.
while you were in combat, downrange.
Hell yeah.
well, I guess it
Thumbs
was.
So you can tell this
I
guy's
guess
kind
I
of
was right in my
experienced.
assumption. Yeah, I guess I was right in my assumption to say you weren't just any run of the mill.
No, pretty mid.
He's like, I know a few
Not gonna
tricks.
Yeah, it's alright.
Mhm.
Yeah, whatever you say, pal. Let's just say you might have a good future working with us.
Hashtag just a fixer.
Hashtag fixer life.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hashtag average grade 9.
Hashtag Monday.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also, some of you, Lua, your eye would be drawn to the exposed syringes for sure that are on the ground that they were using. You've never seen that kind of tech before, period. You've seen a number of different things before, but vials of a, I am gonna make it green, fuck it. This one's gonna be green, because the blue liquid was the other guy with the fucking, on the street, so.
Yeah.
Vials of green liquid being injected into people and watching their wounds literally heal in front of you. So I'll also say that when they took the stab wounds, they were injecting themselves with this fluid now to be able to heal the stab wounds. But you can't heal a
see.
gunshot wound to the head.
You can't
heal
heal.
death.
You can't heal your brain when it's splattered all across the floor.
Exactly.
True.
So that's how we'll fucking walk through what was going on right there. You wiped out the fixer dudes easily
Yeah.
enough, but the chemists were a little bit more problematic.
Yeah.
Do we have any more of that stuff?
Yeah, is there any left over?
The only one that would have been is a vial that took a little bit of damage. It's kind of leaking, but you can secure a little bit of it at the bottom
Okay,
of the syringe.
Lua's gonna, like, basically just, like, collect what little of it hasn't leaked out, whatever of it still has some, like, integrity and hasn't been on the floor.
Yep.
Just gonna collect that and pocket it for now. Study that shit later.
Yep.
He's
And-
got a couple things he wants to look at under a microscope.
Also,
'Cause he still has the
during
weapon.
this, Nina would be popping in not too long after this. I don't think she would catch the syringe though. So that is not a thing that was seen or noticed. Around this room, as he's walking in, because you're finally trying to take a look around and whatnot. You know, your usual test tubes, beakers, a lot of different things and experimentations going on right here. Monitors with, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna unveil it, actually. You can see the word singularity on screen.
Ooh.
Shit. I'm just gonna
damn.
make it that where they actually are a canon thing in here for how shit works.
That's
But you've
alright.
never heard the word
Yeah.
pitch before. We'll put it that way though too. It's not a thing that anybody really has knowledge of in this room, but you see the word singularity. on it.
I see.
I guess Nina, just as soon as she shows up, it's just gonna be like, oh,
Pretty
just in time.
Hmm.
Whew.
Yep.
Hal's like wiping sweat from his brow, basically.
Yep.
So I'm just running battlefield medicine.
Yep. She's gonna waltz in through the room, looking around with that usual judging eye. You know, taking a look at all the things. She takes a look at the vials on the floor, and then back over to all of the other research that is going on. She's going to take a glance at Lua, specifically his pocket, and then go back to what she's doing. And then she uses the phrase afterwards. I've seen all that I need to see here. My ruling is finite. I would recommend that you all exit the premises immediately. There's a claw that is being sent in to deal with this situation.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, that's our cue to get the fuck out. We need to go now.
Alright.
You are dismissed.
Now,
Your
hold on.
task is accepted. You may leave.
Gotcha.
And she will cut you off with that, too.
Fair. I have to ask an
Kyle's
out of
about you,
character
too.
question, though.
Yeah.
No,
Don't
yeah.
lollygag now.
Now, is there any money around here?
Fucking hell.
No.
Okay,
Nothing in a row.
gotcha.
Just research.
That's all I need to know.
Just
Yeah,
research.
Damn.
Alright.
Damn.
Everybody else can see now that Kyle is now visibly shook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's skedaddle, gang.
Yep.
Oh, damn.
And she
We didn't
did
even look that
just
closely for
let,
money.
and that's the other thing too, just like a funny thing as well for outside of character and inside of character. Nina just lets Lua walk off too, just as a note.
Yeah,
So,
I was about to be like,
she's not dumb.
Terrified because
yeah, obviously she's not dumb, and she's just like, you might want to go.
He's just a
She
wild.
knows. She knows. She knows.
Listen, he's a special boy.
He has a permit.
He
Yes.
has a permit.
Absolutely.
He's got a license, you know, his license in zoology.
During the time that this is going off, by the way, too, I completely forgot about him, but, Alden would have just been sitting back in the meantime, waiting for you to wrap this up. Since it's being
Okay.
overseen
Yeah,
by an arbiter and not him at this point, so he would be sitting back
Yeah,
over in the fucking haven that you guys were dropped off at, so hatred.
Yeah.
I need a new background
He's just he's just talking to like one of the guys I do trade with. He's like, "Oh, that Gatucci fella. Let me talk."
Yeah,
I
right?
assume we skedaddle the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you're
away.
gone. You wouldn't have seen the claw at all in any way, shape, or form. It would have taken a minute for him to
Okay.
get
I mean,
down there. He's still a normal guy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, because in order for him to fucking... If you really wanted to get there, I guess off of warp speed, maybe. But, like, why? Because that would
We're
put
out.
you at risk at that point anyway. Given you would think, like, you know, the head really wouldn't care, but, like, if you're effectively doing dirty work for them, you've basically earned your ability to live so long as you follow through with wanting to get the fuck out of there. Basically, was
Yeah.
you get out of here or you get wiped out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sufficient time range to fuck off.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
But yep. Alright, so you make it by, luckily, in one piece. Frightened a bit, to be sure. You're definitely shook. For those who know, you know. You're shook.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Al's just like messing around with him. He's like, "Oh, what's over here?" Just taking more time.
Yep, for real.
Pretending to take up more time.
Kyle probably just grabs him by the arm and says, "Nah, you're coming with me.
Hey, whoa, come on!
I will
Surely it's not that
I will
serious.
not be killed just for you."
I will not be killed just for you, yeah. Oh,
all right,
man.
all right. I
God.
guess if it's that serious.
Right, that's fucking hilarious, though. But yeah, fantastic. Alright, you guys have completed that task. Really, the only other thing that I would have on the agenda is that you would be reporting your shit over to Alden to reposition for your next fucking thing. I'll throw you on a montage, and then we dismiss the session at that point. So,
Yeah.
you're back at Hatred now. You can... Alden's just gonna assume that everything is all good, so... I assume everything went well, considering that you're all in one piece.
We are.
More or less.
Yes, it did.
Anything that I need to be aware of? I mean, I'm gonna find out about it one way or another to some level, but...
Like, can I hand him the employee notepad that I found?
Yeah, you can. So
Yeah,
that's
he
just the
just-
employee thing, or is that the because you would still have the
I mean,
documents as well for the email,
Yeah,
by
I
the way.
just have the I personally
well,
just have
I mean-
the file with the employees on it.
Okay.
I mean, I might as well just toss the email at him as well. It's like it's not like I need to hold on to him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And maybe it's time I start getting some information for my own reasons.
Yeah, he's gonna take a look at that, raise an eyebrow, and, well, I won't say that I'm surprised, but
It's
that's
some
a
minor
bit
stuff we
unsettling.
found over there.
Oh yeah, something about a singularity down there. I ain't gonna question it. I'm not paid enough for that.
It would be in your best interest to forget that you had seen anything pertaining to that if I were you.
Absolutely
I
gone.
I mean, let me tell you, that healing juice they had was pretty useful.
That what?
They had some healing.
Yeah,
juice.
you know, they had
Just
like
stab
some
someone
kind
with
of
it and they heal.
syringes. Yeah, you like stab them and then they'd like inject themselves with it and the stab would just kind of be gone. You know, it kind of like a healing of sorts. You know, I guess for lack of a better term.
Wait, so you're telling me that it literally cured, it healed human tissue from any damage that they sustained?
Yes.
Pretty
Yes.
much.
A
Didn't heal gunshots to the
very-
head though.
A very rapid response kind of healing. You know, it's faster than you can slash them with.
So, slightly disturbing to you since it's the first time that you have ever seen it, but Alden looks visibly concerned from that.
Never a
What's
good
wrong?
sign.
We killed them all the same. Doesn't matter.
I need to file a report immediately. Shit.
Understandable.
We need to head
Before
back to
you-
District 1.
Before you get to that, is there any way you could get me into some sort of lab around here?
I should be able to get you the clearance. It'll take a little bit of time, but...
I just have something I need to look into.
If I get you some temporary access for the time being and get you situated in there, then can I have you meet us back at District 1?
Easily.
Alright. He's going to give you, he's gonna write down an address for you that's just a few blocks down the street from where you
It's
are
not what he
currently.
recognized. It's not one Lua recognizes, right? It's not a former workplace.
No.
Okay,
It's not
swag.
close.
It's biology, after all, so... Remember, you're in
Lua works in
bio.
bioweapons.
Oh yeah, you're right, fuck! Oh god, yeah.
I mean, where else are you
I
gonna
mean,
go to analyze?
I think of it this way, though, too. I already spun it this way. He kind of knows a bit about how each of you guys are and who you are and the reasoning behind it as it is anyway. If you can't infer
Yeah.
that much. So, he knows your connections.
Yeah.
So, he would send you to, like it's a smaller lab, though. Here's the interesting thing. You know it's like a smaller lab that you'd be surprised if they had the tech to be able to do this. So
Okay.
you would feel inclined to like double check this with him.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, what? Leaving us so soon?
Well, I have a
were
couple
done.
things to look into, and I can't exactly do it just with the naked eye, even a robotic one.
And
Oh,
for the
yeah.
he's like, and for the record, yes, that address is correct. Just
Right.
ask
Yeah.
for I don't know. I need a name here. Ask for Virgil.
All right. I'll see you back, and maybe I'll have something more interesting to talk about soon.
And
Oh,
tell
shit,
tell
more
him
than
tell
one
him I
person.
sent you as
Virgil.
well too. That's an important part of it. Tell him I sent you.
Will do.
Yeah, just don't run into anyone too scary, you know. Especially any gamblers, and I'm just gonna lean in and say this. They can tell when a poker face is more than just a facade.
Oh, and Lua, when you're wrapped up, no interruptions. Just get straight to the train.
Right. I'll get there as soon as I can.
All right.
Lua's gonna give Al a kind of look, like a raised eyebrow, kind of. What do you mean by that?
I don't know. You were seemed pretty scared of that arbiter, like you had something to hide. You know?
Don't we all?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
As long as someone asks the right questions, I guess it doesn't matter.
Well, I'll run into you again later. And he's just gonna cut the conversation off there, give a little bit of a, like, take a hand out of his pocket, give a sort of, like, half wave. The sort where you don't, like, fully switch your hand, but, like, just kind of one direction real quick, and then put his hand back in
Louis
his
is so
pocket.
distracted mentally right now.
I'm just gonna return the wave and be like, don't die now.
And out he goes.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Patented Gatucci smirk.
Right.
This is the
And for the rest of you, Alden is going to drag you down to the warp train, and you start making your way down to District 1. Now, since you guys are separated, I'm not going to worry about the montage part, but that is going to wind up being for when we start up next time, because I'm going to have Lua pop in during that. And, as for you, Corb, I'm going to have to write something up for you, information-wise, about that. That's going to be fun.
Rubbing my hands together.
Oh, that's gonna be very interesting because
Wait, was she standing outside of the
hoping.
stairs?
Probably. I'm gonna be
gunshots and explosions went off.
Literally, I'm gonna be rubbing my fucking hands together when I give you that fucking. It's probably gonna be on an index card, honestly, that I'm just gonna drop off inside of your thing, and you're gonna read it. I'm gonna be like, so the results of that scan are as follows. You pop up here. Because I want, like, onto the recording to just have, like, a Corb. Oh! Like,
Alrighty.
Yep, that'll be fantastic if it winds up being that. But alright, so, ultimate question, because I'm always going to follow up with this. What did you guys think about that session?
I had fun.
Yeah, it was a pretty goofy session. I had a lot.
It was, but it also was serious at the same exact time. You had a fucking arbiter that was telling you to do shit, and you're like, oh god.
At first I laughed, and then I serious.
Yeah.
Yep. Honestly,
that doesn't matter.
that's
I'll
the
act
theme I'm
goofy
going for.
regardless.